I'm unmuting my mic and it's just automatically muting itself back. I don't know what's up with that. What kind of crazy mojo we got going on in our little studio here? Can y'all hear me? Mic check. Are we good now? I swear I done hit unmute twice and it just keep muting itself. Okay, Coach said he can hear me. Wallace said he can hear me. Okay. All right, man. It might be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans or something that put their mojo in here, but let's try this again. The Falcons, John said he can hear me. Okay, good. The Falcons are now 5-3. Good victory earlier today in Tampa. We are now officially, I think it was officially last week, but let's just say we have now sole possession of first place in the NFC South. We are in the driver's seat. This is the first time since 2016 that we've had a record this good this deep into the season. You know, so that's saying a lot. And I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it. I'm happy about it. We swept a division rival, currently 4-0 right now in the NFC. We got 2 more NFC games against New Orleans and also against Carolina. So we really need to handle our business those games as well. But first thing first, let's get to the business on this game. I think overall the Falcons played pretty good football today. All things considered, of course, Tampa Bay were missing their top 2 wide receivers. We eventually lost Chris Lindstrom in this game, and man, I hope he's okay. As y'all already know, he's a big prominent part of this team and what we do. You know, a lot of the offense that we run is around Chris Lindstrom. You know, a lot of the offense that we run is around Chris Lindstrom. So hopefully he's okay. Also, we were missing Justice Simmons today as well. You know, so he did not suit up, and you know we're still missing our starting center as well. But needless to say, there are some things that we can continue to work on, continue to get better at. Those are some things that we did good also today. Let's start off with the obvious, man. Kirk Cousins had a big game, man. Man, I tell you what, if we can play Tampa Bay every game, boy, Kirk Cousins would set all kind of NFL records. Kirk O'Chains, man, was 23 for 29, 276 yards, 4 touchdowns.
You like that? You like that?
I like that, Kirk. I do. In fact, I like it so much. Let's repeat it. Kirk Cousins against Tampa Bay today, 23 for 29, 276 yards. Would have loved for him to get those 24 more yards to get a 300-yard game, but, you know, we ain't really worried about that. 4 touchdowns. Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
So another huge game for Kirko, man, against the Bucs. And the last time I was on, I was saying that we needed a big game from Kirk Cousins. I said we needed a multi-touchdown game from Kirk Cousins, and he delivered. Man, Kirk looked damn good out there today, man. I swear, Kirk was in the pocket dealing. I'm talking about he was in the pocket dealing like 1995, 96, 97 Greg Maddox. You know, just so like I remember how Maddox would get on that mound and he just started dealing. When then you could do it, Greg Maddox in his prime, bro. You couldn't do nothing with Mad Dog. That's what Kurt reminded me of today, man. Kurt was dealing, man. I love it. Man, I'm telling you, if Kurt, and don't get me wrong, I know he ain't gonna be throwing for 4 touchdowns every game, but man, if Kurt can play very good, great football like that on a consistent basis, man, the sky's the limit for this team. The sky's the limit, because every time, you know, Tampa Bay looked like they was about to grab the momentum from us and, you know, go up and do their thing at home, Kirk Cousins come out and he just started dealing. Then we had the big 3rd and 14, I think it was. Kirk Cousins stepped back in the pocket. He didn't like what he saw, took off. Woof, took off. And he gained, I think, 13 yards. And, you know, and we had to convert 4th and 1 on the quarterback sneak the next play. Kirk wanted that game, man. And that's what you really love to see from your quarterback, you know, from your 13-year veteran, you know, really, you know, pretty much the leader of the team. And I know he's only been here 1 year, but he is a quarterback, highest paid player on the team. I think he has the most NFL tenure on this team. Yeah, I think he does. I know graded year 10. I don't think Jake Matthews has hit 13 years yet. But anyway, that's what we need from Kirko. You know, so I was crunk watching Kirk play, man. It was just a great sight to see. You know, him commanding that offense, the offensive line, you know, giving him enough time in the pocket. And then once he needed to make plays with his legs, he made plays with his legs. So shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. You know, that's what the front office saw in you. That's what they believed in you when they signed you to that contract, which was a little controversial. And I don't mean controversial as if Kirk came with a lot of baggage, or, you know, there were some character issues, or, you know, nothing like that. But a lot of people felt like he was washed up. A lot of people felt like it was a waste of money. And he's starting to show everybody what Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson saw in him with his play. Just a fantastic game. And it's on the road. You know, when your quarterback playing like that on the road, man, I mean, you can't help but to feel great about that. So great game from East Atlanta. Kirk walked into their trap, took over their trap.
You like that? You like that?
And man, did we ever. What else we got on the slate? What else did I like? Hey, like what I saw from our boy Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts look like he done woke up, bud. I'm talking about Kyle Pitts look like he done woke up, man. Kyle Pitts look like he done woke up. 2 touchdown game. First 2 touchdown game of his career. Let's ring the horn for that. First 2 touchdown game of Kyle Pitts' career. Kyle looked great out there today. Outside of that, I think it was the 2nd touchdown when he was out there showboating and, you know, started lollygagging, kind of like Desmond Ridder did us, and Whitfield came behind him and stripped that ball. Now, luckily for us, I'm gonna be real, I think that was a fumble. But luckily for us, I don't think they had a camera that could overturn the call. I mean a camera view that gave them enough conclusive evidence to return the call based on where it happened at. I think if they would have called that a fumble initially, they would have kept it as a fumble. Just because they didn't, I don't think they were able to kind of get the view that would have showed that was a fumble. But, you know, other than that, Kyle Pitts, you know, hey man, ran into the touchdown. You know, I for the life of me, I don't understand how and why football players do this. You see it on the college level, you see in the NFL level. It's like every year this happens, it seems like, and you would think these players would know better than that by now, but it still happens. So I don't get it. Like in the NFL, then they actually have gotten a lot more lenient on letting guys celebrate when you get a touchdown. So once you get a touchdown and you see the referee give you that, all right, man, then go ahead and do your thing at that time. Whatever you want to do. Hey, you want to do the dirty bird, do it. But wait until you score. We don't need you showboating on the 2 and the 1 yard line. Hey, mama, look at me. Hey, daddy. Nah, bro, go ahead and get in the end zone. But I ain't gonna spend too much time on that because at the end of the day, it's irrelevant. The touchdown counted. 2 touchdown game for Kyle Pitts. And I'm really loving what I'm seeing from Kyle, what he's giving his team, y'all. I really am. And those of you who have been, watching this channel for a significant amount of time, y'all know I have been very critical of Kyle Pitts in the past. I make no bones about that. Also, a few weeks ago, I also said, like, look, if Kyle Pitts is engaged and he's productive, he is the X factor on this team. And he is proving that. We are proving that. The team is proving that. Kirk Cousins is proving that. When Kyle is playing good football, he's productive, and he's engaged, Kyle Pitts is the X factor on this team. Because when defenses really have to worry about Kyle Pitts, y'all, it makes it so hard on them. That puts an amount of stress on a defense, on a defensive coordinator, that it opens everything else up. It opens everything up underneath for Ray. It opens some things up in regards to man coverage for Mooney. Makes Drake London job a whole lot more easier. And it also opens up a lot for Bijan, opens up a lot for Tyler Algier. Makes Kirk Cousins' job so much easier. And I think that was some of the reason that Kirk was being very vocal in the offseason on him pushing Kyle Pitts. He was like, look, your success is my success. Hey, kid, I need you to be a dog in the league, bro. I need you to come out here and ball out and get your big boy money. That's going to make you look good, going to make me look good, and it's going to make this entire team look good. Because when that opposing defensive coordinator has to start paying extra attention to Kyle Pitts, the sky's the limit for this offense. So when Kyle is engaged, he's productive. That is the X factor on this team. We just need him to stay engaged, play hard, keep that motor running. And as this season is progressing, I'm starting, and that's one of the things about getting a player engaged. Like, we are starting to see less and less of Kyle of what we saw early in the year. Being lazy on routes, not coming out the blocks fast, aggressive, all that stuff. Because he's engaged now. He feels a part of the offense. He feels a part of the family. He feels important. And like, look, I know some people may say, well, you shouldn't have to do all that. And that might be the case. But when it's working, man. So I'm sure Kirk Cousins knows this. I'm sure Zach Robinson knows this. And I'm sure he's going to continue to be a big part of this offense going forward. He's showing everybody, look, y'all, I can still play football. That 1 year with Matt Ryan, that was not a fluke. I can still play football. So y'all people, Toddy Jones, you've been on that YouTube stuff, dissing me and talking about I ain't the real unicorn. Homeboy, you have to put some respect on my name. And all the rest of y'all who talking junk on me. And I love it, Kyle. I love it, bro. I love it. So yeah, man, we gotta keep Kyle Pitts being a big part of this offense, man. We really do. And also let's go back to the New Orleans game. Early in the year. The New Orleans game when Kyle Pitts didn't have no catches. He didn't have not one catches, not 1 yard. And man, he got lit up by like content creators, Falcons fans, fantasy football owners, casual Falcons fans. He was getting, everybody was lining Kyle Pitts up. Oh, trade Kyle Pitts. He sucks. He's overrated. Everything under the new blue sun. Shout out to Andre 3000. But since that game, the following game against Tampa Bay, he had 7 catches, 88 yards. Next game against the Panthers, 3 catches, 70 yards. The Seattle game, which we did lose, 7 catches, 65 yards. Today, 4 catches, 91 yards. You know, so man, when you get that kind of production from your tight end, bro, like, man, that gives you a cheat code. That gives you a cheat code that a lot of teams in the league don't have, and they wish they had. You know? And then you got Bijan and Tyler back there. Got Kirk Cousins, and you got all, you know, we got a good wide receiver core, I think, also. So it just really opened things up for this offense, man. It really does. So we gotta keep Kyle involved, keep him involved, and great things are gonna happen for this team offensively. You know, keep number 8 in the game, reap the rewards of it. I think right now, we played 8 games, right? Right now, I think Kyle Pitts is on pace to have about 61, 62 catches, around 900 receiving yards, and about 6 touchdowns. 61 catches, pardon me. 900 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns from your tight end position. Hey, man, you got to take that kind of production every single day of the year. Every day of the year. So, hey, big dog Kyle Pitts, keep it up, bro. You keep this kind of stuff up, Kyle, we're going to give you your unicorn nickname back, bro. You keep this up, bro, you going to get your unicorn nickname back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you playing some real big boy football right now, Kyle Pitts. You know, you playing some real big boy football, bro. You starting to look like a first round draft pick again. You know, because I said, man, we're ready to trade your way for a minute there. But you playing some good football, man. Who next on the docket? Who next? Let's go to number 7, Bijan Robinson. Let me tell y'all the thing about Bijan that has happened with Bijan Robinson. Let me tell you the thing about Bijan, right? Bijan is such a damn good football player, man, that he will get 100 all-purpose yards, and it don't even seem like it. Bijan is so damn good. He'll get over 100 all-purpose yards, and it don't even seem like it. You know, you look at the you look at the stat sheet in the fourth quarter, you be like, damn, Bijan had over 100 yards. When that's how good he is. Bijan is so damn good that Bijan needs to get like 140, 150, 130, 130 all-purpose yards with multiple touchdowns in order for people to say he played a great game. You know what I mean? That's how special Bijan is. That's the versatility that Bijan brings to an offense. Bijan got to get 130 plus. Then you saw, damn, Bijan balling. When they get 103, 105, 110, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, Bijan played all right. But for anybody else, that's spectacular, you know? So I think Bijan had around, y'all help me out, about 105. Bijan had 1 touchdown. And let's not forget, they called the touchdown back that Bijan had today. But holding, Ray McLeod was holding out there. They called the touchdown back. That's Bijan's 2nd touchdown this season that has been called back. That's his 2nd touchdown this season that has been called back. And we've only played 8 games. Only 8 games. So Bijan a dog. You know, Bijan is on pace, y'all. Bijan is on pace. And I say all-purpose yards because you got to remember, that's why they drafted Bijan. That's why he went in the top 10. It wasn't all about running or rushing. What made him attractive to general managers and talent evaluators who say he's a top 10 pick is his versatility. He can run the ball. He also can catch the ball. And we're starting to find out now he can block like a motherfucker do. What about now? What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Nah, rest of that. I wasn't doing that. I don't know. It's okay to stop with no sound and up your background music. This sucks. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if we can hear you now. Okay, thank you, Coach. I don't know what that was, man. I don't know if my sound is messed up. I don't know what that was. Goodness. Where do we leave off at, y'all? Golly. Where did we leave off? What did we leave off talking about, Bijan? Lisa, I don't know what happened with that. Like I say, my little soundboard here that I been using, it been mute by itself. I don't know what's going on. And I never seen it like this before. With Bijan. Okay, thank you, Waller. I don't know what that was, y'all. So excuse me for that. DSGB say the soundboard came and took over your trap. It did. But yeah, what I was saying about Bijan, that totally threw me off. what I'm saying about Bijan is man, Bijan done turned into such a dog, man. You know, uh the all-purpose yards, him blocking, you know, he didn't turn to like an exceptional pass blocker, you know, so he could be relied upon in the passing game. And going forward, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. Excuse me, going forward, not everybody's gonna like this. If my signs start going crazy again, y'all let me know. But going forward, y'all, like, unless he just totally off, man, they're gonna continue to showcase Bijan Robinson, y'all. Showcase him hard. And I know a lot of people want Tyler Algier to get more reps and more carries, but they are going to continue to showcase Bijan Robinson because of his versatility, because of how great he is in the passing game and everything that he brings to the offense. They're going to continue to showcase him a great deal. Wallace said maybe it's something with your headphones being the Panthers color. You might be right, dog. It may be what it is. But they're going to continue to showcase him, y'all. Not saying that Tyler Algier still won't have times where he gets a lot of carries and a lot of playing time, but Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris, they told us before the regular season started that they're going to try to use him similar to how McCaffrey is used in San Francisco. And we are starting to see that now. We are starting to see that. Lisa says, why can't it be like how we played Tico and Devontae? It was pretty balanced with the two of them. I think it was more balanced then than it is now. But even then, Lisa, like the 2016 season, like when Devontae was healthy, he got a big piece of the pie. You know, even then, but I understand and I get what you're saying. I really think the difference is Bijan is really a more dynamic back than all four of those guys. And y'all know I love Mr. Devontae Freeman, but I think Bijan is just so much more dynamic than Devontae, than Tevin Coleman, than Tyler Algier. And again, he blocks. That's another key thing right there. They already want him in the game so they can throw him the ball. But when it's like when they're sitting, if Kirk Cousins don't change the play, when they're sitting in pass plays from the headset, they prefer to have Bijan in there as the pass blocker, even though he's smaller, because he's an excellent pass blocker as a running back. So that's gonna give him, you know, probably anywhere from 3 to 7 more snaps a game that he may not get if he wasn't such a damn good pass blocker. So that's another big time element to it, another huge element to it. So going forward, like I said, man, like they're really gonna continue to showcase Bijan a lot in this offense, man, and I see why. You know, I did not like the Bijan Robinson pick at 8 when we drafted him, but now that he's here, I see what he's bringing to the offense, and I mean, I knew he would. I just didn't like the running back at 8 thing. I had a problem with that at that point in time. But I see, and this is not saying anything bad about Tyler Algier, but I do see why Bijan gets just such a bulk of the playing time. You know, now there are going to be games like we saw this season where Bijan just ain't got it. When I say just ain't got it, he just ain't on, and Tyler Algier may have the hot hand. Then, of course, they'll lean more on Tyler Algier in those situations, those cases. But outside of that, man, when you got Bijan is like a, you know the old saying in basketball, you know, he's a walking double-double. You know, that this guy's so good, he's so efficient that he gets a double-double and you don't even know it. Every night he get a double-double. That's almost like Bijan is in football. He's a walking 100-yarder, all-purpose guy in the NFL. In fact, it don't even seem like it, y'all, but right now, Bijan Robinson. Right now, and this is with him sharing carries early in the season with Tyler. He's right now number 4 in the NFL in all-purpose yards. He's right now number 4. The top 2, Derrick Henry is number 1, Saquon number 2, Kamara number 3, and Bijan number 4. Bijan is right now ranked 4th in all-purpose yards on this team. So, Lisa says, Azure the weapon too. I don't want Azure to get lost in the offense. He is definitely a weapon, but he's not the same kind of weapon that Bijan is. He's not. Bijan just gives you a lot more in the offense. Again, with him being a pass blocker, with him being able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And I'm not saying that Tyler can't do that, because obviously he can. In fact, Tyler's probably underrated catching out of the backfield, but Bijan does it at such a higher clip than Tyler Azure does. So and I like Tyler Azure, but as this season is starting to progress, I'm starting to see, okay, yeah, this is why Bijan gets so much playing time, compared to Tyler Azure. This is why they keep him in. You can line him up at the slot. I forgot what game it was this year, y'all, but I think it was the second game of the year. I'm sure y'all know. Y'all know better than I do. But one game they put Bijan out wide, and 2 defenders focused on him when he went out wide. He drew so much attention going out wide that it left our guy wide open for a touchdown. I want to say it was Drake London, but they sent Bijan out wide, and both of the defensive backs went to Bijan, and they left our wide receiver, who I think was Drake, could have been Mooney, it was somebody, but they left the receiver wide open for the easiest touchdown we've had all year. He was wide open. That was all because of the attention that Bijan demands. And in comparison, you can't put Tyler Azure, you can't split him out wide, and he demand that kind of attention. So that's just like another element of Bijan Robinson. I pray Bijan continues to stay healthy throughout his career, and if he does, y'all, he's gonna do a lot of special things in Atlanta. He's gonna set the rushing record in Atlanta. He's gonna set a lot of other rushing records in Atlanta as well if he continues to stay healthy. And of course, if we can keep him on the roster for a significant amount of time. Wallace says, yes, it was Drake. Okay, all right. I'm glad you remember what I was talking about. John from the outset, shout out to you, John. What's up, y'all? Make sure to check out John and also Winston on YouTube, or here on YouTube at the Eye Test. They normally come on every Wednesday at 10 p.m. He says Pitts would still be running laps around the dome right now if I was coaching. And I'm sure that's because he was showboating on that second touchdown, I think it was. And I talked about that too, man. Like, that's John, I still don't understand how in 2024 football players still make that mental mistake. It's dang near unacceptable. Now, if we didn't get lucky and get that touchdown, if that touchdown didn't stand, they take that touchdown off the board, give Tampa 2 points, we lose the game. Oh man. So I mean, I get what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. All right, so what? Anything else on offense that I like? Before we go to defense, trying to think. Yeah, I think we done covered it all. Drake was a little silent today. Drake didn't put up the numbers that he normally has put up. What was Drake numbers this game? Let me see. Drake had 4 catches, 34 yards. So it wasn't the typical Drake London game that we're used to seeing, and that's okay. That's okay. He ain't gotta be, he ain't gotta give us a touchdown and 100 yards every game, because as you see, we got a lot of weapons on this team now. A lot of weapons. Mooney gave us, some big catches also. Like Wallace say, Mooney had a good game. Yeah, so Mooney was kicking today. So Drake didn't have to do carry the same amount of weight that he's been carrying like these last 4 or 5 games. Now I will say this, and this is something that me and Coach talked about in the chat before the show started. Hold on. What's up, Georgia, Texas boy? He says, do you see Terry Fontenot making any moves between now and November 5th, which is the draft deadline? I don't see him making like any big splashy moves. He may make a move to try to improve the pass rush on his team, but I don't expect it to be anything, headline newsworthy, like a lot of the chatter that we've been hearing like these last 2 or 3 weeks. The Max Crosby's, Myles Garrett. I don't think it's going to be anything big. And I'm being honest with you, Georgia Texas boy. I don't want them to. I've said it a lot of times, man. Hold what you got. Hold what you got. Continue building. The weaknesses that you have on this team this year, try to improve them next year in the draft in the offseason. So I want them to kind of hold what they got right now. They may do something, but I don't expect it to be like no major move. Wallace says special teams made a key stop on that fake punt. I do agree. I definitely do agree. Jesus the first. What's up, Jesus? Says quarterback out here running like Vic. Yeah, he did. He tried to do his little Mike Vic thing. But yeah, there was one point in the game when they were sending like an all-out blitz at us, right? We couldn't block it for nothing. They were just getting to the quarterback. I wish we could get to the quarterback like that. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that later. But they were just sending all-out blitzes at us. We could not get to the quarterback. And Zach Robinson, he started just calling a bunch of screens, and situations like that. I wish they had an audible where they can audible when you see it's an obvious all-out blitz to something that is either max protection or resembles max protection. I felt like we got conservative and we almost like gave up on that particular drive. Almost like saying like, look, they getting the best of us right now. Let's go pick up the headboard and see if we can find a way to counter react this blitz. So I didn't like that. I didn't like, calling those. I think we called back-to-back screens and they didn't work. Then I think on third down, I think we handed the ball off to Bijan up the middle. We just kind of gave up on that drive. So we're going to have to implement some kind of formations or find a way to counteract that, because everybody that we're going to play on the schedule for the remaining games that we have, they saw that and they're going to try to replicate that when they play Atlanta, sending all them blitzes at us. So we're going to have to find something where we don't have to sit here and call quick screens and just waste an entire series. I didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Let's see. Lisa says halfway through the season, would you say we have a team identity yet? I would say offensively, I would probably say like more or less balanced offense. I think we're getting away from our former identity on offense as a run heavy team, elite rushing team that we were like 2 years under Arthur Smith. Falcons will just try to run the ball down your throat, and they can do it well. Everybody in the NFL like, man, Falcons run the damn ball. But I think now with Kirk Cousins, he's made this offense balance on offense. Defense, I guess maybe a to try to sound somewhat positive about the defense. Maybe the old cliche bend but don't break, maybe. So that would be, my best answer in regards to what kind of identity we currently have as a team right now. Millie Mills, what's up, Millie? Says, are we still saying Judon is still getting adjusted here, or is he what he is at this point? Man, Millie, I said I was gonna give him 10 games before I threw him in the trash can, but bro, man, he's been such a disappointment, dog. He has been such a disappointment on this team so far, bro. I think it's still time for him to play better football because he didn't go to any training camp. He don't have any like familiarity with his teammates now. So one could maybe argue that he's still in an adjustment period, but he needs to catch on quick. We played 8 games halfway through the season, so going forward, man, he needs to play better football. I've been highly disappointed with the play that we've gotten from Matthew Judon. Highly disappointed. Wallace is out tight. I don't see them making any moves before the trade deadline with the defensive front being healthy. Yeah, then you got guys like Rook and guys who don't even get them many reps. So I think you're correct, Wallace, and I don't have any problems with that. Say the draft picks, man. Be smart with your salary cap. And if you don't win a Super Bowl this year, which we probably won't, but if you don't win the Super Bowl this year, continue to build in the offseason. Retool. Spend the money wisely in the offseason. Draft wisely in the offseason. So I'm cool if they don't. Tay 6 in the building. What's going on, Tay? What's happening, brother? Jessie Bates, Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, man, Jessie Bates played a great game today. He forced a fumble early in the game. Caught an interception not long after that. I think he had also another pass defended, like 5 tackles. Man, Jessie Bates is one of the smartest. Jessie Bates is one of the smartest players for the Falcons that I can recall seeing in regards to just sheer football intelligence. He's one of the smartest players I can recall that has ever put on a Falcons helmet, man. The things that he can do on the field, at the snap of a finger, his timing is impeccable, and that's why he that's why he do force a lot of fumbles. That's why he do get the interceptions that he do get, because he's a very, very, very intelligent football player. It's not like, and I'm not. This is not saying anything bad about him, but it's not like he's just some super athlete. It ain't like he got blazing 4.3 speed. It ain't like he's some super big safety. But man, his football IQ is out of this world. Really out of this world. Jordan Texas boy said, I agree, but the hate on Judon is crazy when there is a competent person on the other side. It's like if we go heavy on JSW or Harrison, they go quick. If we go with AK, teams go heavy. We need something. And I think a lot of that heavy criticism on him, Georgia, Texas boys, because I think most of us thought like he was gonna be the answer for the pass rush. I think most of us thought he would come here and at minimum, okay, he's gonna get probably double-digit sacks, or at the very minimum 8 or 9 sacks. But I think most people saw him coming into the season when we traded for him. Like, man, yeah, he's gonna come here and get double-digit sacks, man. He's gonna help us get to the quarterback. And his play on the field, man, it just been disappointing. We spoke a lot about Kyle Pitts and his lack of effort, but man, I see that a lot from Judon, man. It's like when he make contact with those tackles, man, it seems like sometimes he almost just gives up. And I continue to say this, man, but the explosiveness, I don't see it. I just don't see the explosiveness that I expect to see from here, man. So I hope he gets better, bro. For our sake, I hope he gets better. I really do. Let's talk about the defense. Georgia Texas boy said, "Where Rook at?" Rook played. He got on the field early today. He been slowly working his way into the rotation. Rook is a big guy too. I didn't know Rook was that big and pad. Rook a big boy. David Starks in the house. What's up, bro? Must draft better on defensive front 7. On the defensive front 7, Pounds getting drugged and no one is getting out blocks. I totally agree. Totally agree when you say that nobody getting out blocks, man. So I guess now so we talking about Judon is a good time for me to transition over to the defense. Because that's been like the hot topic, you know. But for the Falcons, Falcons fan base like the last 2 or 3 weeks. Now, I'm going to say this. And as always, feel free to disagree with me. You know, feel free to disagree with me. All opinions are appreciated and respected on here. Because and I'm having to preface this because I feel strongly that this opinion that I'm about to present to y'all is going to be an unpopular opinion based on everything that I've been soaking up just from watching other people's opinions and what they've been saying. So feel free to disagree with me. And in fact, you know, in just a moment, I'm going to drop the link in the chat before it get too late because I know it's Sunday night. You know, we got to get up in the morning. And if anybody want to come up and tell me why you disagree with me, or just come up here and talk, you're free to do that. But I'm gonna say this. Of course, I can talk about another game must not being able to get any sacks and get pressure on the quarterback. Them rushing for over 100 yards. I can't regurgitate. I can come on here and regurgitate that same information. But being that I come on, later in the night, I'm going to spare y'all that. I'm going to spare you that. And I'm going to give you this unpopular opinion. When I hear fans say Raheem needs to fire Jimmy Lake, or Raheem needs to take over playing call for Jimmy Lake, or Jimmy Lake ain't it. Jimmy Lake is trash. When I hear stuff like that, I think those are more knee-jerk reactions than anything. I think what's happening, and I'm guilty of this at times on other things too when I'm watching Falcons. Y'all know me. I used to come on here and bang all the time when we was losing these last 2 years. Like, oh man, fire everybody, trade everybody, move the team to Savannah somewhere. So I get it. But I think a lot of that is really knee-jerk reactions. When you talking about firing Jimmy Lake and doing all this other stuff, and even I'm gonna talk about the scheme too. I even think when people say we need to go to a 4-3, I think that's a knee-jerk reaction at this point. Also, what good is firing him right now? How is that productive for this team? Your first time, it's 2024. This is your team's first time since 2016 having this kind of record after 8 games. What good does that do to fire Jimmy Lake? If you're Raheem Morris, what good does that do? Another element of that is I strongly don't think Jimmy Lake is just running rogue out there running what he want to do on defense. Raheem is a defensive minded coach. I'm sure before he even got the job, there was, of course, a meeting held where they talked about, listen, if I hire you, this is the kind of defense we're going to run. Or Raheem, this is the type of defense I want to run. I'm sure that they just didn't pop up week one and Raheem don't have any idea what the defensive scheme or the sets, the kind of coverage they're going to run in the defensive backfield is going to do. So everybody who like shitting on Jimmy Lake, I think this is knee jerk. I think what's going on is, again, you're seeing the Falcons win football games for the first time in damn near a decade. And as a Falcons fan, you're not sure if you're going to be winning football games again next year. That's just me being honest. So you see it like, look, we need to get this defense as perfect as we can while we're winning games. This might be our first time in a long time we can become like a playoff contender, a Super Bowl contender. So we need to have this defense perfect because we can get in the playoffs to try to win the Super Bowl. And that should be everybody's aspirations, to try to win the Super Bowl. But I think the commentary around Jimmy Lake is knee-jerk commentary. Does the pass rush and getting the quarterback on the ground need to improve? Absolutely. At this point, you're never going to get me to say anything but that. Does the run defense need to improve? Absolutely it does. You're never going to get me at this point to say anything different. But you are a team that has won 3 out of your last 4 games. What good does it do really to shake up the locker room and the chemistry at this point? What good does it do to go into panic mode when you're actually winning games? Why go into panic mode when you're winning? I was watching Uncle Steve earlier this evening. Shout out Uncle Steve. He told me something I didn't know. He says right now we're ranked number 3 in the NFC. So why you want to take the Coca-Cola in the can and shake it up and immediately open it? It's going to splash right in your face. So why try to do this big shakeup when you're winning? You are winning, Falcons fans. Why do the shakeup now? We're not on a 4-game losing streak. We're not on a 5-game losing streak. We're nowhere near in danger of not making the playoffs. We're in the driver's seat in the NFC South. We're really now in the driver's seat to get in the playoffs for the first time since 2017. So why go into panic mode? Why do it now? I think most of this commentary that I'm hearing is just knee-jerk reactions. Of course, the defense, there are parts of the defense, and I'm not going to say defense because some of the defense, contrary to what people say, there are parts of the defense that are doing a damn good job. But why go into total panic mode? Oh, let's fire Jimmy Lake. Let's take away the play calling. Let's promote Jerry Gray. And, for what? You win it. You just won today. There is no guarantee that making a major change in that defensive locker room will make your defense better. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that anything that I hear people propose is going to make the defense better. Do I want the defense to be better? Yeah, I do. But I'm not finna sit up here. Oh man, fire Jimmy Lake, bro. He trash. Get rid of Lake. Especially when I sit here and watch these games, and I'm seeing my interior defenders can't win a one-on-one matchup. Can't win a matchup. I'm watching them not being able to win a matchup. Every week. Oh man, boy, woo. We can't get off a block. We cannot get off a block for nothing. I'm watching it every week. In my days, man, I'm not the oldest cat on the block, and I'm not the youngest cat on the block. I played football early in my life. I watched a whole lot of football in my life, just like y'all have. There has never been any level of football that I have played or watched that players did not make plays. I don't care what the elements were. Who the coach was, what color the helmets was, whether or not the jerseys looked fly, whether or not they played on the southern coast, the Midwest, the West Coast, the East Coast, whether or not it was a dome team, a natural grass team. There was never a point in time where I seen and watched football being played where players did not make plays. Defied whatever elements were put in front of them and make plays. I say that to say this: players make plays. These guys on defense up front, they're not making plays right now. Don't care about the formation, don't care about the scheme. Make a play. Make a play. They're not making plays. And that's another element of the Jimmy Lake discussion that kind of aggravates me a little bit. I don't mind. I don't care that people are criticizing Jimmy Lake. I'm no relation. I don't know the guy. I never met him. He ain't my cousin, brother, friend, none of that stuff. I'm not putting this extra layer over him. Oh, you can't talk about Jimmy Lake. No, it ain't none of that. But when I hear these discussions, 90% of the time, people are never talking about the players. They're never talking about the players. Never talking about when the last time Grady Jarrett just got to the damn quarterback and put him on the grind, dog. When last time Big David Onyemata got to the quarterback and put him on the grind, dog. That's $35 million between two players right there. Why Matthew Judon getting blocked by these backup tackles? When is he just gonna make a play? Fuck the scheme. Make a play, bro. Make a play. When AK-47 or AK-17, whatever we call him now, much respect to him. When is he gonna make a play? When is he gonna make a play? Don't talk to me about Jimmy Lake, son. Make a play. Get to the quarterback. That's the part of the conversation that I don't hear enough of. If it was more balanced, if everybody who want to throw Jimmy Lake in a trash can also talked about the actual performance of the guys that making $10, $11, $12 million a year, I wouldn't care at that point. Because everybody fair game. But everybody blaming everything on Jimmy Lake. All the woes are all Jimmy Lake's fault. They're not the Jimmys and the Joes. It's all Jimmy Lake. Everything is on Jimmy Lake. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when are we gonna hold the players accountable? When are they gonna be required to just make a damn play? Make a play. Whether you in a nickel, you in the 2-5-4, the 3-3-5, goal line defense, the 4-3, the 3-4, soft zone, heavy zone, soft back nickel. When is somebody on defense gonna make a play? When is somebody in that front seven gonna make a play? Players make plays. So that's the issue I have with this Jimmy Lake conversation. All right, so I've been going about an hour. So look, let me drop this link in here. And anybody want to come up, man, anytime that link hit the chat, anybody free to click it and come on up here, man. So I'm gonna drop that link. If you want to come on, rap with your boy. We'll go maybe about 30 more minutes before we wrap this thing up. We'll take it about to midnight. So we got about a little bit under 30 minutes. But that's what I meant, y'all. Like, I'm not finna chop my defensive coordinator's head off when I'm watching these guys. They ain't making no plays. They not making plays. I make some plays, you know, or at least if you want to fire Jimmy Lake, you know, talk about what the players doing at the same exact time too. That's exactly where I'm at with it, man. DJ, cut that music, man. Cut the music. DJ, you've been tripping too, bro. You got us cussing all on TV. You trying to get us banned with YouTube. I don't know what was going on with you today, DJ. Good Lord. But yeah, we're gonna bring some people up, man. We're gonna start off with Slim in the building. We got Coach in the building. We got John Harris in the building. Fellas.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Gentlemen,
you got to take that hat off, bro. You got to take the hat off, man.
Why, you don't like Falcons hats?
Oh, no. I ain't talking about your actual hat. I'm talking about your fan hat.
Oh, I ain't got a fan hat on, bro.
Hey, bro, you got your fan hat on today, brother.
In what way? Tell me in what way.
Because, man, you could say, well, first off, I can only speak for me. When I say something about get rid of Jimmy Lake, of course we're not going to do it in the middle of the year. That would be the unlikeliest Falcon thing to do, is to fix a mistake when you see it. So Coach, of course that's not going to happen.
My apologies for cutting you off. I'm going to let you continue to cook. But Coach, most of the people that I hear say that's what they mean.
Yeah, well, I mean it too, but of course I'm realistic enough to know that it ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. It is the smart thing to do. As we were saying on the Waffle House or whatever it was, eye test or whatever, the last time we had this conversation, bro, you cannot keep seeing the result and don't change nothing, and you continue to get the same result. You keep saying players make plays. You are absolutely right. But think of it like this. Think of it like, who can I say? Usain Bolt. I'm sure all of us in here recognize Usain Bolt as probably one of the fastest men alive. Usain Bolt starting 100 meters behind everybody else is not going to get the same result as Usain Bolt starting on the line with everybody else. You're starting him at a severe handicap. As great as he is not going to be able to, probably 9 out of 10 times, overcome that huge handicap. That is the problem. When I talk about Jimmy Lake, that is the problem I'm speaking from. Yes, our players need to make plays. Judon need to make plays. Onyemata need to make plays. Grady, we all know how I feel about Grady. Definitely need to make plays.
Yeah.
But we're starting them at a deficit. We're starting them behind the curve. So when you say, like, what would change if we were to fire him, or what would change if we change schemes, or what would change, we don't know. The sky's the limit. But what we do know is we continue and what we're doing right here, man. Look at what Washington did today. We are going to get blown out. I know some people are happy just winning 4 games. 4 games in the NFC and I mean 4 games in the South and whatever in the NFC, you can be happy with that. I'm not happy with that. I want my team to be great, not just good. I want to see us go to the Super Bowl. I want to see us finally win a Super Bowl. So just being happy with the BS to me is I'm not with that.
All right, Coach, let me say this, then I'm gonna let the rest of the panel go because I've been doing a lot of talking. I get what you're saying about you want to see your team win a Super Bowl, and all of us do. That goes without saying. But I oftentimes tell or ask people or present this to people like, how often does a team that has had 6 consecutive losing seasons win the Super Bowl on the 7th season? There's normally some type of production period that goes there. They go from 6 losing seasons. Okay, they go 9-8, or next year now they're in the playoffs. Year after that they're in the NFC Championship. There's a progression period here, and again, we all want to win a Super Bowl, but I don't think you can expect a team that has went 7-10 for 3 consecutive years on this year automatically. Okay, they look great. Defense ranked top 5, offense ranked top 5. They Super Bowl ready. That you have like a 1% chance of that happening, Coach.
And I understand what you're saying, and this is only what I mean though. I understand all that. I'm very realistic, but are you putting your players in all facets of the game in the best position to win? If you put your players, all players in every facet in the best position to win, I'm happy that the chips fall wherever they fall. But if you're not doing that, if you're not putting your players in the best position to win, I am not with that. And clearly that's not what's going on. So I'm gonna let someone else go. But yeah, I am not with that. I'm not just happy with winning. I'm not happy. Like I'm happy we win it, but I need more than that.
All right. Here's the thing about everybody is talking about the Falcons pass rush, and then they say, "Oh, you got to go get this elite player. You got to go get that." But it's when you look at more than just sacks as your grading factor, you realize it's more to it than just the sacks. The thing that's really bothering the Falcons right now on defense, when people are talking about this pass rush, is the Falcons are literally giving up a lot of underneath plays. So what does that mean? Because they don't want to get beat over the top. So what does that mean? That means the quarterback can hurry up and get the ball out of his hand. It's hard to sack a quarterback when he's only taking 3 steps back. And most teams will say, okay, you look at your deep route. If he's not open, then you throw it underneath. And everybody sees teams walking the field on the Falcons. They're getting short yardage on the Falcons. So it's going to be hard for the Falcons to actually have a consistent pass rush because the quarterback doesn't have to hold the ball. Now, and another thing that's hurting the Falcons is their run defense. Their run defense is, to be honest, is really not that good. And when they get, because their quarterback pressure has actually increased. So when the Falcons are getting to these quarterbacks, they're not wrapping them up. They're getting these tackles broken. And to me, if I look at a lot of these games and I'm actually looking at the small details of it, and I think it's more of everybody wants to be a hero on the defense. You see a lot of these tackles where you get them in the backfield and then these players are getting 3, 4, 5 more yards, picking up these little first downs when they should be just worried about the tackle. Everybody's trying to punch the ball out. Jessie Bates mastered that, punching the ball out, because the player is already going to the ground. Every punch out Jessie Bates got was the player was already going to the ground. The Falcons defense right now is trying to punch the ball out over trying to tackle the player. You tackle the player, and then while the player going to the ground, you start trying to get the ball out. But stop just trying to be a hero on the team and just do your job. The biggest correction the Falcons could do right now, if you want to see increased sacks, you want to see increased pressure, stop playing 9 yards off the line because they're going to take the underneath every time. They're going to.
That has nothing to do with it. One, they can't do that.
Everything to do with it. If you look at
they literally can't do that. If they play up close, if they play close, if they press, they are leaving themselves. They are leaving themselves open because we cannot hold the front. That is why they're playing back.
You don't have to play.
You literally have to.
When I say play up on, play closer to the line. You can play normal. You can play base, which is like 4, maybe 5 yards off the line. They're playing 9 and 10, 11. Even Mike Hughes said that. Ovi Mahaley and Michael Turner even said. Michael Turner said this that really stuck. It's hard to get a sack when a quarterback is only stepping back 3 yards. So, 3 steps. Because he's getting everything underneath. The commentators even say that. The Falcons are constantly giving up everything underneath. So the quarterback is looking far too short. If your deep route's not there, throw it underneath. Don't get a negative play. And the Falcons' philosophy is, I don't want you to beat me deep, but because if if you just walk in the field on the Falcons, you increase your chance to make a mistake instead of getting all these big chunk plays. For the first few weeks, the Falcons was good at stopping teams from getting big chunk plays because the Falcons was capitalizing off mistakes that the opponents was making. But now, since if they're constantly giving up everything deep and their run defense is really not doing that good, it's hard to constantly build off of these mistakes that the Falcons are making. That the opponents are making.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, he got kind of quiet.
I guess Slim was cooking, you know.
Okay.
I guess he dropped the mic.
I guess that's implied consent there. So I just go. But look here. Now, I told y'all that these quarterbacks are getting rid of this ball quick. They getting rid of this ball quick. And I saw a 4-3 today.
I saw it too, John. It was in the second quarter, wasn't it?
No. I think it was the first possession Tampa Bay had where we got the punch out.
Okay, I saw it.
Let me correct you. It was still a 3-4. It still was a 3-4. They were just in nickel. Okay, John. Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. A nickel is 4 down linemen. A nickel. Oh, excuse me, Coach. You're right. Coach, you're right. It was 4 down linemen. I say that it was 4 down linemen.
Right.
Okay. They went a nickel. That's right. Coach, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry, sir. You're absolutely right. It was 4 down line. Hey, I was so happy to see 4 down line. And I said, oh, they running a 4-3. They run.
Hey, but it's still the base was still 3-4. The package was just nickel. You could run nickel out of any base formation. But you still had Grady Jarrett on the nose tackles.
Well, no, wait a minute. Now, didn't he have Onyemata right beside him?
Yeah, you can still do that. You can.
Is there a true nose tackle in a nickel?
But a lot of that is
and a nickel. Because you're going. You should. And generally, you'll have one of your linebackers come down. I don't know. I didn't see Onyemata on that play, but I know what they do is they run the base is 3-4, and the package is just nickel. That's so I have to go look at it, but I can almost guarantee you that it was a 3-4 base, but the package was just nickel.
So now, all right, now so you had 70% out of the nickel. Most teams play 60 and 70% of their plays out of the nickel. So that 4-3-3-4, even they even said that's kind of most teams are hybrid. They have a few plays here, a few plays there, but a lot of it is in nickel because they have three cornerbacks on the field.
Well,
That
whatever it was, they had
doesn't
4 down
put
linemen. I saw 4 down linemen. I was so happy to see that, and it paid off. Well, I don't know whether that was because of the formation, but that peanut punch got it out. And just like you said, Slim, the peanut punch only works when you got that man engaged trying to dig and get more yards, and you come around there, and this man has either concentrated on holding the ball or concentrating on digging, trying to get some more yards or whatever. However, my main pet peeve today was Pitts. Man, I had a baseball bat in my hand right then. That joker was like I typed in the comments. That joker would still be running laps right now. As much as this man has been maligned today. Say what? I'm serious, man. As much as they
Don Beebe in the Super Bowl, remember him?
Yeah. Man, you sitting up here Cadillacing.
Wait. That was Leon Lett. That was Leon Lett that did. That was Don Beebe that knocked the ball out of his hand.
Pitts thought he beat everybody.
Yeah, so you're right. That was Dallas and what we call it in the Super Bowl. But see,
nobody was near him.
Was that Mariota? Or was it Ritter that was Ritter Cadillacing into the end zone last year?
It was a lot of traffic when Ritter did that. It was a lot of traffic when Ritter did that, but Pitts thought he beat everybody.
Yeah. Pitts was wide open, running in the middle of the field like Leon Lett, thinking nobody was even close to him, and almost had the blunder of the damn season. And I promise you, I would have blew my gasket had we got this.
The crazy part about it is that if you look at the tape, his body got into the end zone before the ball did because he was holding the ball behind him, just like Michael Jordan dribbling.
But I think that ball hit the white line before it actually dislodged. That's why it doesn't matter what, like Tidy said earlier, it don't matter how they without that camera view, you had to stick with what you called on the field. So
thank goodness they called it a touchdown on the field, because see, if they hadn't, it wouldn't have been enough to overturn it, because it was that close and that stupid. That was just stupid. You've been in the league for 4 damn years. You seen a quarterback that was quarterbacking for you that did the same stupid mess, and you doing that like you've been in the end zone so many times, like you're such a pro, like you're such a good doggone good. No.
You know what that is, John?
Yeah,
you know what that is?
Man, that's stupid.
Of discipline.
That's it. That would have been corrected today.
I just think he realized I beat. Like nobody would do. Well, who was that? White. Who was that came up behind him? He came up like a stank on doo-doo, man. That dude came up out of nowhere. And
I'm sorry.
He beat everybody.
Your job is to carry the ball across the white line. That is your job. You do not play around with that. You don't play around with that.
Let's look at the good thing about that. It's a learning lesson from a good. I mean, we got the touchdown, but I guarantee you, he won't do that again.
No,
that's a learning lesson.
That is unacceptable. You don't learn lessons like that in the pros. You don't learn lessons like that when I'm paying you all of this money. You the 4th round draft pick, and somebody else should have been picked before you. You here trying to get your reputation and keep a reputation, and you do something stupid and asinine like that.
What is your solution?
Slim, ain't no rounds about that, big dog, man. That was stupidity.
I agree, but the thing is, he got the touchdown, and he got to learn from that. You're gonna have to learn from your mistakes.
That is a lesson you're supposed to already know. That's something you're supposed to already know.
You can't beat them down. You can't constantly say, "Hey, man, you remember you dropped that you almost dropped that."
No. You're right. Hey, Slim, you're right. So tonight, he would never hear about it again, but he would always remember what happened to him after he did something stupid like that.
Monday, I say they talked to him while he was on the field, and Monday when they have those meetings, when you digesting the game, you going over the play callings, you going over all the sheets, then you let him know, hey, when you don't celebrate while you going into the end zone. Wait till you see the referee's hands.
Who you think did that?
Let me tell you something. Hold up. Slim.
Hold on real quick, John. They benched him for the series after that also.
Yeah,
I told you that.
Yeah, he wasn't out there.
Oh, okay. Now see, can you imagine?
Hold on, John, real quick before you go.
Go ahead.
Jarvis, who's in the background, you are new to the panel, so you got to put your camera on, bro. Jarvis Williams in the background. You're new to the panel, so you got to put your camera on. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. What would Parcells do to somebody who did that? What would if Belichick was here?
Jump in them.
But these are new head coaches.
What would Tomlin do?
That's what I've been saying, John.
What would Tomlin do?
That's what I've been saying.
What would Tomlin do? What would Singletary probably would have beat his behind right out there on the field.
Yeah, but those are the old style coaches. Those are the old style coaches. That doesn't work no more.
You deserve an old style butt kicking for doing something stupid like
Bill Belichick doesn't have a. You said because we in a new NFL.
What's Pittsburgh record?
Look, new NFL, old NFL, whatever. You don't do no stupid mess like that.
Excuses.
Now, you all keep talking about this new NFL stuff here. And it's one of the teammates don't have a blanket party in the locker room for him.
No, they're not gonna do that.
Why not?
Boy, Doug got me rolling in the background back here, boy.
Man, shoot. Man, look at here. We would have had a blanket party.
Boy,
especially if we lost. Because, man, this is, man, look at here. I had flashbacks.
I think John sounds like he's ex-military.
John sounds like he was on Full Metal Jacket.
No, he sounds like he in the
off
army.
The movie.
Look, you got
like somebody that's cool mediocrity.
That's what child need right there.
That's right. I mean,
they don't do that. They don't do all that. Where it's, hey, I got you teach people, hey, you made a mistake. Then he still benefited from it. Now,
you take the mistake. That was not a mistake. That was not a mistake. That was stupidity.
It was a foolish play. It was a foolish play. Yes,
that was stupidity.
But you're not gonna do
that. Was not a mistake.
In the new NFL, you're not gonna talk to these players like you lost your mind. Like, hey,
oh the heck, you not?
That old
oh yes, you are.
They even did they even did a segment on why older coaches are not having success in this
Mike Tomlin would have lost his doggone mind over there.
So you keep saying that, but what is Mike Tomlin's record? What are their records?
Mike Tomlin. No.
But what are these friendly coaches' records?
Mike Tomlin is leading his division. And regardless of what the record is,
John.
Regardless of what the record is,
that craziness that like Mike Tomlin ain't winning.
The craziness is what that man did on my field.
Mike Tomlin wasn't winning, but Mike Tomlinson is not going to down a player like how.
And that's not downing the player. That's not downing the player.
Mike Tomlinson
that's getting in that player's rear end because he's doing something stupid.
John, calm down, man. We won the game. It's a blessing that we won.
We won the game. We won the game. Thank goodness that this didn't affect the outcome of the game. But it very well could. It very well could. And you cannot have people doing stupid mess like this. And the thing is, You
James,
are
you know
a
that was the man.
4-year
Stop
veteran. You ain't just got in the league.
John
You
James
a
know that was
4-year
the Stop
veteran.
acting
You
crazy.
don't do no stupid mess like this. This is what college kids do.
Hey, so what
Right.
you gonna cut him? What you gonna
Jarvis,
cut
you
him?
good now if you want to.
James, your ass
Hold
was
on,
going ham
hold on,
when
y'all.
that
Say,
play came up. You know you was.
hold on. Jarvis, you good now if you want to come off camera. It's just your first time on the panel, so we just always require you to come on camera when your first time. But if you want to come back off camera, you good now. We just see you.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, y'all. My bad.
James, you know your ass would have been going ham had that
Hey,
play been
John.
taken away.
Hey, John. You would think he'll be running full speed anyway for the lack of touchdowns he been getting.
See, that's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
Lack of touchdown. Man, got 4 this year now.
This year.
This year. I'm talking about way
This
before
year.
that.
And wait a minute. Weren't we talking about the lack of effort that he was displaying over the past 3 games? Weren't we talking about that just last week?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we were.
And see,
James,
Yeah, but I don't think it was
James,
the
that's
lack
your
of effort
sorry
though.
Coach Turner's been playing.
no. That wasn't a lack of effort. But then again, Red. Then again, it displayed a lack of focus. It was a lack of focus. It was a lack of focus. You can't do that. This team, I mean, the way that we were talking about the Falcons last week, not just Pitts, the way that we were talking about the Falcons last week and how tough we took that loss last week because we were not ready to play. We were blaming the coaches. We were talking about the players. We were talking about everybody. And then you come out here lollygagging to the doggone end zone, Cadillacing with the ball behind you and dropping the ball. You know, you trying to do your inner Dion or something, because see, Dion at least knew when to drop the ball when he got across the goal line. He knew to drop the ball once he got across the goal line and started dancing. This nut.
I have to agree with John.
This nut didn't.
Real quick, y'all. Real quick. We got some new people on the panel. Y'all know the rules. When we got somebody new, we gotta let them speak. All right, so Jarvis, we appreciate you coming up, bro. What's your thoughts on the game?
How y'all doing, y'all, man?
Doing good.
I was messing with John because he sounded like he's in the Army. I'm in the Army myself. I'm stationed in El Paso, Texas, at Fort Bliss area. I'm actually from Warner Robins, Georgia.
Oh, the wartime. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm from Warner Robins. So,
hey, hold on, Jarvis. North side of Warner Robins.
I'm Warner Robins. I went to Warner Robins High School.
Okay, hey, much love to you, bro.
Man, it's like that.
Yeah, I went to Warner Robins too.
Yeah, man, the Eagles need to stay on the other side of town, man. They can stay over there, right there off Green Street. But I want to say it was good. It was a good game. I will say that. I do agree with John with the whole, act like you've been there before, right? Pitts. This is probably one of his better seasons. Besides with Matt Ryan when he did have it, but I will say it was a good game. The only thing I will say is it's over for Lorenzo Carter. See, Damon Harris showed me something today. Damon Harris showed me that he can set an edge and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make a play. And so when I see stuff like that from players who first of all, who is cheap and willing to lay it on the line, it's over for Lorenzo Carter. That's over. You can hang it up. The other thing I seen was that I still don't like, and I'm pretty sure y'all have the same issue, is I don't like seeing Grady Jerry sitting in the middle. Put him on the edge, because what they doing right now, they LeBoying Jared coming up the middle. They doing it every game. I watch every game. They just LeBoy him, and they doing the same thing to David Onyemata. I'm like, man, what is going on here? But
there's a reason for that. There's a reason. But go ahead, I'll tell you. There's a huge reason for that.
And the last thing I got real quick is I know everybody's tired of this soft zone defense or whatever the case may be. What the biggest thing is, if the Falcons don't correct it, they're gonna have the same situation they just dealt with the Seahawks. The Seahawks got obliterated by the Bills. So that lets you know one thing: the Falcons with this. Oh, we don't want to get beat over the top, man. Guess what, my friends? It's called football, and what you're doing is you're letting them dink and dunk, banking on your defense and stop bowling up in the red zone. But your red zone defense is not even that good. So you can go ahead and push all that out the window now and go, you know what? Let's play some football and play defense. And that's all I gotta say.
Well said, bro. Well said. And also we got Seymour up here. We got Red here. We got Tay6 in the building. And we also got James. I think we just lost about it. Whatever one of y'all want to go, man, and give your take on the game.
I'll go. Well, number one, man. I say our defense, they played good. AJ Terrell got an interception, critical one. Jessie Bates the third. So salute to Jessie Bates the third. He deserved every penny. Hopefully Chris Lindstrom is okay because that kind of scared me because he got heart and soul on the offensive line. So
they said he could have came back in, but they just made a good call, so he was good.
Okay, and overall, man, Raheem Morris, I feel like he need to change. I think he need to take care of make sure his pass rush to get some more playing time, like Brandon Darlis or something, because we might need him down the stretch. But overall, man, I'm proud of him, and I'm done with Lorenzo Carter. He can go ahead and get his papers and get his paint slip, because I don't think he touching the football no more. No defense at Lorenzo Carter. I'm done with him. I'm done. All I'm saying is I appreciate Matthew Judon keep doing his thing. I know you ain't getting the edge versus you ain't get to the quarterback, but you can get it sooner or later. But
Matthew Judon.
Yeah, Matthew Judon, because he had no help outside of Matthew Judon. We don't have no outside the edge rushers because he's doing the best he can because he's getting double team blocks. Everybody putting like their hands on him, they holding Russ, they ain't gonna call it. But overall, man, you got to take care of business with Dallas because Dallas trying to come in our house and trying to beat us. So moving forward, I'm happy for the win. We gotta start off early at home and get some turnovers on defense out of the ball.
Well said, bro. Very well said. Simo, what you got for us? And then also Red, you go, and then James, you go.
You on mute.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Man, y'all said a lot, man. I definitely agree with some of the sentiments that you were saying about the on defense about playing soft. I feel like when we got a little bit more pressure when we stopped playing as much of a soft shell this week. I think that sometimes the coordinators they can kind of overthink it a little bit. I also agree with what you were saying earlier, Tidy. Will at the beginning of the second half when they started blitzing us a little bit, I think they actually bluffed on us, and he went for that screen. I like it if Zach Robinson would, like you said, come with a different check down or kind of commit to some of those other plays, and if he would have just kind of stuck with some of that running. But I feel like when we run the ball, we become a little bit more of a physical team. I actually feel as though we got, like I said, we got a little bit more pressure today. Our defense seemed like it was playing a little bit more physical. We didn't give up quite as much on the dink and dunk stuff. It still kind of plagued us a little bit. But all in all, the defense ain't quite as bad as we making it out to be. Also, I mean, we only gave up really 21 points at the end of the day. I don't like the philosophy, but he is kind of using some of his players, like with Matthew Judon, for example. They're dropping him into pass coverage a lot. Like, no matter how you want to slice it, he's a better linebacker than any of our other off-ball linebackers. So sometimes they're dropping him into coverage because they can use some of these other guys to edge rush. But on the opposite side, Evan Katie, for example, is not as good of a pass rusher, and he doesn't drop in coverage really that great. He's good a little bit getting around the edge, but he doesn't have that power to kind of come on that comeback or one arm off a guy when he kind of needs to reverse field on some of his pass rushing or whatever. So I think if they had somebody on the opposite side of him, it would be a little bit better. But I think he's trying to use his players to the best of the ability that they can right now.
But hey Tidy, can I say something on that though?
Yeah, go ahead.
But the thing is the biggest thing that you have now, and I know you see it Tidy as well. I think one thing I talk about is the defense. What you're doing is you have 4 down linemen, right? Or the outside linebackers and the two defensive linemen, so the rusher passer. What you have is a bunch of individuals, and what you have in there. So if you have a bunch of individuals instead of rushing as a tandem, you start. I'll give you an example. Look at the run that Baker Mayfield had towards the third and fourth quarter, where he escaped the pocket. You had 4 linemen down on the ground, falling over each other. There's no communication. That's one. The second thing that you have that's messing up is everybody is trying to play for. It seems like people trying to play for self, and there's a lack of discipline and gap control.
You right, though.
And also, we have a smaller defensive line. We have a smaller defensive line, so they not beating their tackles. They're gonna get pushed around. So,
well, you just said it. We got a smaller defensive line, so you can't really run gap control. Like we should probably be more of an attacking defense. Like we that's kind of what I mean by these coaches, the coordinators overthinking it, and they're trying to make the players fit their scheme as opposed to scheming around the players that we have. Like we got more pressures last year, didn't we?
Yeah, playing that 4-3.
Our pressure game, our pressure is up. Our QB pressure is actually up. It's just that these quarterbacks are breaking our tackles. We trying to do these one-hand tackles, and they're getting off of it.
Because
and then
they have no choice. They can't really get back there. They're not really getting back there. The lane, as he just said, there is no lane integrity. So what you're seeing is fool's gold. It may look like we're getting pressure. They're stepping straight up into the pocket or just taking off on us every single time. And it's only because we're too small up front. That's why you can't bring your defensive backs in, because you're going to get torched.
One of y'all, no, I disagree with that. We got the same defensive backs we had last year. We pressed on those guys last year. We actually upgraded with some of our pass rushers.
Correct. What's the difference between last year and this year?
They running that soft zone, like they were doing that more.
No, the difference between is our base package was a 4-3 last year, and this year is a 3-4. It does matter.
The same thing you were doing.
It literally matters. It literally matters.
It doesn't matter.
You were doing.
It literally does matter.
Listen, so hold on, just hear me out. If you look at Pittsburgh in a nickel formation, and go look at Baltimore in a nickel formation, you're gonna see 4 down linemen, and it's gonna be 5 defensive backs on the field or 6 DBs on the field. You're gonna have 2.
But you guys are not you're not understanding how it works. You have a base package, and then you have a base package, and then you have a
how often are we in base? How often are we in our base package?
Sub packages, coach.
I drew a blank. My bad. I drew a blank right there.
Game.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And the reality is, just how Michael Turner said it, I think it was 2 weeks ago. If a quarterback only have to take 3 steps back and get an underneath pass, you can't hit them. It's going to be extremely difficult for you to get them on the ground, because if they don't see their first read, they take the underneath. That's why they're walking the field on the Falcons, because the Falcons don't want to give up nothing deep. Like,
so that's why
every philosophy. What people not understanding is every philosophy that you decide to run, there's pros to it, and then there's cons. The reality is, when you're playing so far off your wide receivers, they're going to kill you on the slant. They're going to kill you underneath. Even the commentators see that.
Listen to me, brother. Listen to me, brother. They have no choice when your defensive line is small. You have no choice. You cannot bring up your defensive backs because your opponent's offensive line is getting to the second level every single time. You cannot bring your defensive backs up close, because you will get torched. If we had defensive linemen worth their weight on the front, that would be a different story.
We did this.
I hear what you're saying. But there's multiple ways to skin a cat. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. One way is not always the correct way. But the reality is, when if they're constantly getting underneath you, that means the quarterback, you can't hit the quarterback if he don't have the ball in his hand. That's roughing the passer. So if he's getting the ball out super quick, you can't hit him. So I understand what you're saying. both people can be right, but the reality is they are walking the field on the Falcons. So the thing is, it's not about the Falcons need to stop
Not
just
all the
playing
time,
so
man.
far off.
Now hold on, Slim. Not all the time. Sometimes now, Baker, like today, Baker Mayfield didn't do too many quick passes. Sometimes Baker Mayfield took like 4, 5, 6 drops back, and there's a guy wide open in the middle of the zone. But I see what you're saying. Like I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying it's not all the time they're walking down the field off of quick passes. Sometimes they're doing play action.
Here's the thing. Look at those big passes, Baker Mayfield. It was because of that Kate Otten. Kate Otten, first off, you put in people like those small corners and DBs on Kate Otten. That boy is a monster out there. One of my players to watch on the Buccaneers was Kate Otten since since the top 2 wide receivers went down. Kate Otten is no joke. That man is the truth out there. Then it's an unfair match because Baker is the problem with the Bucs right now is Baker is trying to manufacture a spark for them. And I think they're all mentally beaten down. And Baker Mayfield is still trying to get that team there. So they not no joke. They're not a joke of a team. So you putting Kate Otten on these small DBs, he's going to get that ball. He's going to get you.
I mean, I feel like we did a lot better when we played a little more physical on the line of scrimmage and closed that gap and didn't play as soft of a shell. And they did a little bit better change it up. I don't think he needs to do it all the time, but I think they should change it up and throw some different things at him and make some adjustments. Tampa Bay's coaches, I think, outcoached our coaches today to an extent. We almost tried to give the game away a few times, to be honest with you.
I think Bowles went conservative because he actually blitzed us less than he ever do in this game. And I think it's because of the last game we played. We put up 500 yards on him. So, yeah, he ain't going to try to blitz us like that because he realized Kirk Cousins is actually one of the good quarterbacks against the blitz. His stats show that he's real good against the blitz, especially because he's a progressive quarterback. So he's looking at his progressions. He knows where his receiver's supposed to be during the play, during the drive.
I feel like Bijan.
Yeah, go ahead.
So look, just to go on the offensive side, I want to give a shout out to Matthew Bergeron, who's actually been having a good, solid year this year. And also a shout out to Kadero Hodge, back to back affecting the Bucs. First, with the walk off, and then not being fooled by that fake punt. I feel like the momentum really shifted towards our side after that.
Yes, it did.
Pitts, the thing with Pitts, celebrated too early. You can tell he ain't used to really being in the end zone like that. Yes, I know he's having a great season, but I think it's just the fact he celebrated too early, and I don't think he'll ever have that mistake again. Defense, I feel like it's
make sure.
I feel like I know, John. I know he'll never do it again. On defense,
I make sure.
I feel like it's personnel and sometimes a scheme issue. But looking at some of our guys, when they rush the pass, it's like nobody's getting off a block. It's like the effort is not there. I don't know what it is. Shut up, Red. And also, Zach Robinson, please stop with these screens, bro.
Oh Lord!
When he did them back-to-back screens, I said, "What the fuck? You might as well punt the ball."
Yeah,
like teams are doing. It's like you can see the screen coming. When they do them
screens is an extended run play. They just trying to get a safe pass so they could get some yards, either punt the ball or kick a field goal.
Man,
I think the screens are effective.
What they do is, they're effective, but
he just has to call them at the right times. Like you said, back to back. Like they knew that he was checking to that screen on that hot route. Like
yes, they did.
Yeah, so it's like they need to, like Tidy said. I would like if they came with some other type of
some other quick passes.
Yeah.
Now, how was New England so freaking good at it? when Tom
They know how to set up the
Brady's
block.
first and second year, Tom Brady's first and second year, man, they had the best screens you ever saw. And would get 30, 40 yards out of it.
And not to mention, you talking about Tom Brady first year. Those middle linebackers was super big at that time. Now these middle linebackers are extremely slim. They are faster and they can get to the ball quicker than those type of players back then. This is a whole new NFL.
Lord,
people are not getting those Ray Lewis's no more. People not getting those type of Ray Lewis players no more.
Our screens are highly effective. Y'all remember we had one called back with Bijan earlier this year. It was a holding call on one of our linemen.
Jake Matthews.
Yeah, but
there's always a holding call on Jake Matthews. There was one today that called back
well, you can't
Bijan
really say
touchdown run. Can I say something like
that? That wasn't Drake Matthews.
Whoever it was, we always have drive killing penalties.
It
or a touchdown taking away penalties. Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing? Also, well, good morning.
Good evening.
Guys, if you guys are watching this, please hit the like button. Don't be that person. It's the lifeblood of all of our streams. It's the lifeblood of all our streams, for real. It helped get the recommendations out in the algorithm, letting YouTube say, hey, these guys are interacting with them. So they must be doing a good job. So please, when you come in here, first thing you do before you say hello, hit the like button, say hello. You know what I'm saying? All right, on today's game. Teachable moments and a win. Never gonna apologize for a win. Okay. What I will say is on the coaching aspect of things, because I think it's X's and O's and Jimmy and Joe's. All right, when it comes to the defense. Let me explain. When you come into this game and you know you have to play this team and you see they have the injuries that they have, as a defensive coordinator, you should already have a game plan to stop the run and stop the tight end. Because you had two guys that was like a rookie and a practice squad guy is going to be your first and second wide receiver. Okay, so as a defensive coordinator, you should have designed a game plan to be heavy on the run and stopping the tight end. Like, and when you look at it, I understand that guys wasn't executing on the line. You know, as I look at more, you know, I've been trashing the linebackers a lot this season. But when I look really at it, man, our defensive line is not getting pushed. We don't have the personnel to run a 3-4. We don't have a Vita. We don't have a Vita in the middle. It's gonna take up two blockers so our linebackers can stay clean. And the guards are getting to the second level to our guys too fast. There's nobody they're worried about outside of Judah. I see all the memes and stuff like that. It's funny. Because the only person that I see pushing the pocket to at least one side of the field is Matthew Judon. Is he getting there? No.
Every time.
Whenever they shade, every time they shade, if it's like, if the running back don't go out in the flats, he's chipping Judon. You know what I'm saying? If the tight end comes up, the blocking tight end is going to go and chip Judon. You see it. And then they go away from him because there's no pressure on the opposite side when you're rolling out the pocket. Like, that's what Tampa Bay was doing. Play action, roll the pocket out with Baker, and it stayed right there. Like, we rush 4, so technically that's a blitz in the 3-4. But if our guys can't get home, you're going to get gassed with the draw play up the middle. That's been a constant for the entire season.
And every team is doing it too, Larry. Every team.
Yeah. And also, if you keep putting Nate Landman in passing situations, or any linebacker, to be honest, our nickel package, like our linebacker core, is subpar. Like, you got one that's good at run defense, and then the other one's that good at pass defense. And it's like they attack each one. Like, they attack Nate Lamont in the passing game. You feel me? But they'll attack Ellis in the run game. Like
Nate
if you watch it, they'll
shed
run.
blocks either.
You feel me? So it's like
Yeah, Nate can't shed blocks either though. So
like when you really look at it. But again, guys, our defensive linemen are not occupying. Our defensive linemen are not occupying.
Man, I'm watching plays right now. I'm watching plays where they're getting pushed and Nate still. I don't even see how he's getting blocked by the linebacker. I mean, at least hit that guy and hit him at the line of scrimmage, man. Like, I mean, he's just getting punked, man. Like,
no.
Dog,
When I
we
look
got
at
the
it,
first front seven in the NFL. Our defense is, man. Look, the
look, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. Everyone this good. We have an elite secondary, guys.
It ain't working. It ain't working.
But one thing we have to give credit to when it comes to our defense is every game except one, they give the Falcons offense a chance to win the game.
Oh, they
We're not
do.
winning no games with the defense. What about offense? We're not winning no games, period.
I think it's a part of scheme.
If you run a team, you're gonna realize there's gonna be some positions that's gonna be weaker than the other. Every position is not going to be
perfect,
elite, Madden 99 overall type of things. You might have a good DBs and you might have a not so good defensive line.
That's why putting your team in the best position to win is so crucial.
Agreed. Last year we had a top 10 defense.
Facts. And as soon as we hired a rookie
But coach,
coordinator,
I remember you coming in here and saying that Ryan Nielsen wasn't it. I remember distinctly saying that you saying like
our DC from last year. Yeah. I mean, I didn't like it. You absolutely right. I didn't like him as well. But the reason why I didn't like him had nothing to do with this year. See, I didn't like him because I felt like he didn't. There were certain things I felt like he should have done better. This DC to me is just completely incompetent.
He's a rookie, basically.
Yeah, he is completely incompetent. And this
he actually got more experience than Ryan Nielsen had almost. I mean,
Jimmy Lake is actually now. I understand this is his first year. He don't want to have on his stats a lot of big plays on him. So he's protecting himself, but he's making sure the team don't give up a lot of plays because once again, if you just walk in the field on me, that means it's more to the drive. So that increases your chance of messing up. So that's how he's trying to
but
run
again, Slim,
once again, the defense
trying to run that narrative. That's not what's happening.
That's what it is, though. But that's what it is.
But it's not what's happening.
He's playing his players to his best ability, but once again,
oh my God,
he's bending but not breaking. And the defense, at the end of the day, the defense gave the offense, except one game, a chance to win the game. Man. And that's all you can ask for. That you can't say, hey, man, we have and this is this is what I think a lot of fans out there, and I ain't talking about nobody on here, have this Georgia UGA type of mentality where, yeah, you won by 21 points, but you could have did better. Like, come on. Like, the defense did their job. They didn't do it to the best, and you can actually learn from it. But you're just going to have to stick with it, try different combinations, try different lineups to get better outcomes. But they gave the offense an opportunity to win the game.
If I wanted to grade the defensive coordinator or the offensive coordinator, I would say that Jimmy Lake, especially the second half adjustments, are way better than Zach Robinson. If I had to grade coaches, that's just me.
You talking about just for this game or in general?
No, in general for the season. I think the second half adjustments overall for the Falcons, I think there's been one game where we were negative in the second half. But I don't know if it's because Raheem interjects and puts some, what he's seeing into it or what. So all I can do is assume it's just Jimmy Lake for right now until I hear that Coach Raheem is going to interject himself. He said in the press conference that he wasn't So all I can assume is that
And
Jimmy
that's
Lake.
a problem, man. That is such a problem to be like. How are you the head coach and you not energetic? Like there's nothing that is changing, bro. That's
I
crazy.
assume that
But he does.
I think he is energetic. I think that Raheem has a conservative approach with all this. I don't think it's just Jimmy Lake.
No, I don't think so because
And
he
one
won't be.
thing you have to give Raheem Morris credit about is he is actually coaching a smart game here. You would never see us like we going for 4th and 1 and all that, and we picking them up. And we doing. If look at that Drake London pass where he said, "You know they're expecting us to do an out route, so we're gonna do a post and then hurry up and get down so we can down it."
Yeah.
That's a Raheem Morris call.
Let me throw this out there as far as the defense, real quick. Tampa Bay threw the ball 50 times against us today.
Yep.
So for what it's worth, I know our defense again, it doesn't always look the prettiest, but that if you got a team throwing 50 times against you, you're effective against their run game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, but I think like I do agree with you. Jimmy Lake does come out in the second half, and he does seem to make adjustments.
He does, man.
Pretty well. Yeah,
because they were gifted 9 points. If everybody watched that game, they were gifted 9 points. But Algiers, basically safety.
Algiers,
yep. And then they gave him momentum, and then they went down to score. Other than that, they didn't do nothing in the second half, guys. And that's generally what's been happening in all these games.
So, and not to mention, no team beat us by more than a touchdown except once out of this year. So
if I'm gonna blame anything on anything, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna look at Jimmy Lake first. I will say our preparation of not knowing or having an idea of what they may do. Okay, we can question that, but second half adjustments, man, we can't overlook that either. So, but again, guys, I'm not gonna be mad. We are 5-3. How many people in here thought we were gonna be 5-3? I mean, seriously.
I thought we were gonna be 5-2. Really, we supposed to be Seattle.
But 62. Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for the refs in the Chiefs game, we're right at where I thought we were gonna be 5-3 right now. This is exactly what I thought we were gonna be.
And everything else is downhill.
I upped my total from 10-7 to 12-5, but I thought that Honor Abikedi was going to make another jump, especially with Judon on the other side, but it's just not happening. You know what I'm saying?
They need to go. Lorenzo Carr need to go, and AK. I'm sorry.
Well, they can't go anywhere now. I mean, the cap is a cap, and people ain't letting go good players.
I mean, I'm sorry.
One thing a lot of people are not. We still have Trice. Trice was going to be the opposite side of Judon if he was still healthy. But that's why I think the Falcons shouldn't go get an elite pass rusher because we still got Trice, who was he was good at what he do, and you still want to get somebody like that out there to expose
Slim,
him.
no, you need another one. You want to know why? Because
I don't think you need an elite player.
No, he needs to be elite because look at it like this. Are you going to side with the lack of production for Judon? Are you really going to sign him to a multi-year contract with his age? Probably not.
He still got time to. He probably could get one more decent contract, but he's not going to get no break the bank.
Y'all know that
contract.
Next year is the last year for Jessie Bates. Who are you going to pay? I rest my case.
Of course, you're going to pay Jessie Bates, but you also got to realize salary cap is going up next year. So
I know that, but still,
and also Terry Fontenot is a master class when it comes to negotiating these contracts. So
Terry Fontenot does not have an extension, Slim. After this year, we have to make the playoffs, and we have to win at least one game.
Terry Fontenot, everybody know Terry Fontenot gonna get re-signed. That's guaranteed.
No, Slim. If we don't win this division, which we're in perfect position to do it, I'm not saying we not. I think we will. If we had a catastrophic season, we don't win this division, he will be fired. He will be fired, in my opinion. If we don't win I think we got to win our home game playoff. I think we got to win a game to not let Terry lose a job. To be honest,
I actually think if the Falcons lost this division, I think if the Falcons outrun the South, he might get a contract extension before the season is over.
Boy, I'm glad, boy. God, you know me for acting for real. I'm glad, man. Like when she went, I feel like we this week is like one more time.
William, mute your mic, William.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, man. I heard.
Man, I didn't know what he was saying.
That man got a deal going in, boy. That man got the plug on the phone.
I was mad with
That man got the plug on the phone, boy.
Man, he was.
Man, he got two phones. One for the plug and one for the road.
Hold on. So do anyone on this panel think that Terry Fontenot will be retained if by some way we don't make the playoffs?
I do.
Anybody?
Yeah.
I do. Cause
great job.
And John think that he's going to get a extension.
He's done a great job.
Yeah, and the reason why I say he will is just like I've been saying for the longest. Some of this might see when you have a general manager and a head coach in the first 3 years of their existence that have the same amount of power as it was when they set this thing up 3 years ago, where Arthur Smith could do what he wanted to without having to go through the general manager, and the only thing general manager was doing was making it work. Now, I can't hold him responsible for this. Now, starting this year, after the press conference, yes, it starts with you. You are now in charge. You and Greg Beatles are now in charge of this team. I'm out of the way. Rich McKay out of the way. From now on, yes. And see, the thing is that's why I'm looking at some of the mistakes that are being made out on the field. Because see, the thing is now, if you're going to replace Terry Fontenot, you got to make sure that he is definitely responsible for what it is that you put on the field, not what they did on the field, such as this stupid mess that Pitts did today. Such as what Marcus Mariota did 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2 years ago, lobbing that grenade. Now, that didn't have anything to do with Terry Fontenot. Now, that was Arthur Smith that brought that man in here. Arthur Smith was the one that decided to draft this man in the third round. And Tidy, you had somebody on, that was Wolverton that you had on when we were talking about what type of power and what Arthur Smith was doing on his own volition because he had the power to do so.
Yeah.
Now, just like I said about the fart in the elevator, Terry Fontenot gets some of that because he's on the elevator with him. He gets some of that because, like I said, you open the door, the elevator's stinking. Everybody farted as far as the person getting ready to get on is concerned. You don't know who did it because he's just associated with it. That stink got on everybody during those 3 years.
So John, let me ask you something since you put that so eloquently about the fart in the elevator. Are you gonna let that?
You mean that sarcastically, but go ahead.
No. You did. No, I mean, you led me down the rabbit hole. All right, so when you say that, so that one person come off, if it's still stinking in there, you still getting in there? Or you gonna let them say, no, I'll catch the next elevator? I mean, that's what Arthur Blank is gonna say. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, the only reason we all know the only reason that Arthur Smith isn't here because he made the decision to run with Ritter. It's pretty much the reason why he was fired. And the reason why Terry's still here. If Terry would have been 100 lockstep with him about, you know what I'm saying, having Ritter and they can make it work, both of them would have been fired at the same time. Because you see how that press conference went look, if Terry would have been out there in the first, if Terry Fontenot was out there in the first press conference, guys, that's what I'm saying. We all set up that was at arms like, where's Terry? Where's Terry? Where's Terry?
Yeah, everybody was wondering where he was.
DoorDash Terry. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like Terry was out consoling people. Terry was out going to get napkins and wipes so people can wipe their tears. He was a guidance counselor. You know what I'm saying? He in spirit. He was a ghost. Arthur Blank literally came out in the press conference and said he's in spirit. Oh, he's in the building, but he's here in spirit. The grown folks are talking right now. So basically, that's what he said. The grown folks at the grown folks stage. The kids in the back playing Nintendo. So when I look at it like that, guys, you got to take the whole spectrum of it. Yes, he has been giving GM duties now, sharing responsibilities of getting stuff with Terry Fontenot. But when you take that into consideration, Terry Fontenot was pretty much, I mean, they were deciding if they were going to get rid of Terry, depending on if they got Bill Belichick. We got to understand, Terry wasn't going to be here. If they got Bill Belichick, Terry was gone.
A lot of them was going to probably be gone.
But no, but what I'm saying is, like,
true.
If they got Bill Belichick, Terry was going to be gone because Bill Belichick wouldn't need him. So if you coming under the premise that you know that, then you can't sit here and assume that he's automatically going to get a new contract if they don't make the playoffs. If they don't make the playoffs, Terry's going to get a new contract, guys. I mean, it'll just expire.
To answer your question, Larry,
because if he was going to get one, he already have an extension for getting Judon, for getting Simmons, for getting Jessie Bates, for drafting Michael Penix. If the franchise felt like he was that much of a cornerstone of this team, he will already have a deal, guy.
But I just don't think I just don't think they making it as a. I think they're going to re-sign him or extend him out, but it's not
Is it a real priority at this time?
Yeah, I don't think it's a major, like, it got to be newsworthy right now.
Because he got to prove that this team that he assembled can make it to the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, he's gone.
Larry, I believe so. So I think you are right. In a smart franchise, that will be what's happening. But we are talking about the Falcons. So more than likely, he will get an extension, whether we make the playoffs or not. But a more winning franchise, a smarter franchise, yeah, absolutely, he would be gone at the end of this year.
What franchise is that, Coach? What franchise is that?
Coach,
I think if the Falcons make 10 wins, if the Falcons hit 10 wins, he's going to get an extension around that time.
No,
hey, Coach, what franchise is that?
Wanted Bill Belichick, and everybody in the Arthur Blank Foundation convinced him to go with Coach Rock.
Yeah, he said that's what happened. He said that.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
He said that he wanted Bill Belichick, but he was outvoted.
Yeah,
but hold up, Coach, answer my question. What franchise is that?
How is that security?
What do you mean?
How is that security with the owner?
Wait a minute. Don't be trying to run over my question like I didn't ask it, Coach. What smart franchise would do what you say that a smart franchise would do? Which one?
I mean, just prime example.
Name one. Name one.
I'm trying to. Can I go?
I've been giving you an opportunity to go 4 times.
I've been trying. You keep it.
No, you ain't. You were trying to answer Larry's question. Go ahead, Coach.
All right, you ready? Prime example would be like what the Jets just did.
No.
Hell no.
Aaron Rodgers got that man fired.
Yes.
Okay.
They still losing.
And not to mention, let's talk about. And not to mention, let's go.
I'm talking. What did the franchise do, John? They listened to him and got him up out of there. Correct?
But Aaron Rodgers about to be out of there.
On the word of a quarterback.
That was a terrible decision.
What did they do? Did they get him out of there or did they not get him out of there? That's the question.
Yeah,
they got him out of there, coach. But that is not the same situation that we talking about here with the Falcons. Woody Johnson.
The man lost all last year because his quarterback was out. So they held the fact that the quarterback that they brought in missed the entire season. So that's why they were so garbage. They held that against him all because of the word of said player. So
coach.
When you
because that quarterback is making more than the head coach.
Coach. Bro, now listen to what you just told me.
You just need to stop talking football.
Go
ahead,
coach. Now listen to what you just told me.
Aaron Rodgers,
listen to what you just told me. The person who was out with an Achilles injury the whole year, he comes back and tells the owner to fire the coach. And he doesn't.
That's not a good organization.
Because they paying Aaron Rodgers all that goddamn money. Aaron Rodgers is the face of the Jets right now. Let's just keep it 100. Aaron Rodgers is the face of the Jets. And not
see, that's a different situation, coach.
Let's go
now.
Back
Give
to
me another
Bill
team. That one doesn't match.
The truth about Bill Belichick
don't match.
Here's the thing about the Bill Belichick thing. The truth is, Bill Belichick is a old style head coach. The way he's operating right now, it doesn't work in the NFL now. It's safe to say his time has passed. Like, we always got to think that just because Bill Belichick had much success in his time, that his style doesn't get old. It's old now in this type of NFL.
What is old about his style? Slim, what is old about his style?
It's because the way he coached. Now, people still pay him his respect, but once again, we are dealing with a whole new crop of players here.
What about his style is old?
It's just not resonating with the new type of players. That's why everybody is going to a younger head coach. This is why everybody goes to a younger head coach now, because they are more in tune with the new type of players.
What about his style is old? You still haven't answered the question.
I did. His stuff is not resonating with the new players.
What about him is not resonating with the new players? He hasn't even coached a new player yet.
Yes, he did. When he was with New England after Tom Brady left, he was having a much harder success. And a lot of people were saying his style is kind of old.
And so is his replacement.
You about Brian Leftwich? He's not old.
Brian Leftwich didn't replace him.
He's not talking about
Mayo. You talking about Gerard Mayo?
Yeah, Mayo. I mean Mayo. You know what I mean? He's not old.
No, I don't. You said Brian Leftwich.
I mean, you know what I You know what I meant. You know what I meant, Mayo. But what I'm getting at is
he's not having any success either.
That's true.
Yeah, because
you can't
they
see so
still don't have a quarterback.
So so now it's the player that they don't have, not the coach. And neither did Belichick have a quarterback. Belichick rolled the biggest.
But the problem about Belichick is Belichick runs the team from GM to head coach.
Belichick rolled the biggest set of dice that any quarterback, any coach ever rolled in getting a Tom Brady. No other coach has rolled a set of dice like that. And he did it only one time. And he rolled that as long as he possibly could. Now, trying to find a replacement for a Tom Brady, that's the problem. And
yeah, but you don't need to find a replacement for a Tom Brady. You need to
ask Mayo. Ask Mayo about that.
Yeah, but you don't have to find a replacement. You're not going to find, because Tom Brady is not a mobile quarterback. Everybody's looking for the mobile quarterback now. The new style of offense, you need a mobile quarterback. A lot of people not even getting fullbacks no more. They're getting two running backs.
Slim, what we got?
We don't have a fullback. We doing
you don't have a mobile quarterback.
This playbook, you talking about our quarterback? Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, you talking about our quarterback. God.
But the thing about Kirk Cousins is he is the last quarterback in the league that's just a stone wall like that. That is not that many.
Hold on, let me say this.
But we went and got him.
Let me say this. We technically do have a mobile quarterback. He's just in his learning process at this time. That regime that we had drafted a mobile quarterback. I mean, I know we ain't talking about a Michael Vick type of mobile, but you know, if Michael Penix need to get out the pocket, he can get out the pocket once it's.
You're right, Tidy. You're right about that.
You're right about
that. But what we paid $180 million for now, Slim said nobody goes and gets no statues anymore.
I'll say this. The reason they did that because because one, he became available, and two, I really think it was smart not to throw Penix in the fire. You know, everybody don't come out firing like.
I agree.
Everybody don't come out firing like Jane Daniels and C.J. Stroud. So I think it was a good thing to do. That's why they really only structured that contract for 2 years. He really has a 2-year deal. You know, if he falls off the cliff in week 12, week 13, next year it'll be a competition in training.
And John, who did they draft? This playbook is made perfectly for Michael Penix. Let's keep it a whole buck right now.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
No, I don't know about that. This is kind of similar to what he ran in Washington. This is similar to what he ran in Washington. This playbook is very similar.
Well, let me answer that question. Let me answer that question for a second.
Don't you think?
John.
Go ahead, John.
Before we say all that.
To be honest with you, the playbook is set up for Michael Penix because for the simple fact it is the pistol formation that they run out of, Penix ran that at Washington. They're under the center with the 2 tight sets, with the play action, they ran it at Washington as well. So it's kind of set up for him, but it's also kind of set up for Kirk O'Baines also too. So it's like a 50-50 type of thing. I'm not gonna say the full. I'm not gonna say the full playbook. It just basically set up that the Falcons are running right now. Pretty much, Penix ran at Washington. I will agree to that certain extent.
But what I would say to that is that it still shows, and this is what I've been saying for weeks now. It still shows how incompetent our coaching staff is. You have one of the number one, or if not the number one, play action guy in the backfield, and we're almost dead last in running play action. You have 2 of the most dynamic running backs on this team, and we're almost dead last in play action. You have a great, I'm not even going to say great, you have a good to great receiving core, and we're still almost dead last in play action. This is what I mean by I just don't understand how you don't put your players in a position to be the best that they can be. It drives me bananas.
But wait, we just scored 30 points. We put 31 points, 30 points a game. Why are you complaining about that?
Y'all are happy about
You're putting up 30 points. They're passing
so
and
Slim, let me ask you a question, Slim. If I come to your house right now and I wash all your dishes in your house and they still have stuck food on them and stuck trash and garbage on them, you gonna still eat off that plate?
That's a different scenario. That's
a
wrong analogy.
Answer the question.
That's a wrong analogy.
You didn't wash the dishes.
John, I'm not talking to you. I said Slim. Slim, answer the question. Are you going to eat off the plate?
James, can I ask you a question? Are we in reality or are we in Twilight Zone now?
Hey, Coach, that's one of them damn Sabine River comparisons.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's washing the dishes. The dishes have been washed.
No, they ain't. You were talking to Slim. I'm gonna let Slim answer that. You talking to Slim?
It's hard to answer that. It's not.
He's not gonna answer it.
Those 2 things. No, I'm not gonna eat on a dirty plate. But once again,
okay, but
how does that point to we putting up 30-some points a game?
I put a rag on it. I put soap in a rag on it and swirled it
Oh my
around.
God.
That's washing the
God, that's
dish.
how we was talking
That ain't
football, man. This is big dog now.
man.
We
I'm
can-
staying.
I
Come
got
on,
a question.
coach.
I got a question. Hold on. I got a question for you, coach.
Go
So,
ahead.
but what's wrong with the dropbacks though that Kirk does? What's wrong with that?
He's playing great football,
What do you
not
mean?
great, but he's playing
First off,
above
he
average
said coach. He
football.
didn't say slim. He said coach.
Phil,
Now say that
you
again.
heard that word great, man. Just stop,
What's
Phil,
wrong
stop
with
saying the
Kirk?
word
Hold
great,
on, Red.
man.
Hold on, Red. Please, hold on.
My
What's
bad.
wrong with Kirk just doing just straight dropbacks?
What you kind of broke out there. Did you say what's wrong with Kirk dropbacks?
Yeah,
Straight
what's
drop
wrong
back.
with him just doing straight dropbacks?
I mean, nothing's wrong with him doing straight dropbacks.
The man threw for 500 yards a couple of
You
weeks
see,
ago.
y'all are not understanding, bruh. Okay, that's cool. That is absolutely cool. That's great. I'm happy that he threw for 1,000 yards in the two games, almost 1,000 yards in the two Tampa Bay games. That is great. That has nothing to do with the fact that he is one of the greatest play action quarterbacks there is, and we're almost dead last in play action. I don't understand how that doesn't compute. So that is a issue.
Well, wait a minute. Play action passing and drop back passing, they both are designed to throw the ball from the quarterback to the wide receiver, tight end.
Okay, I think we being okay.
But
Okay,
only
but no,
thing
no,
the
no,
play
no,
action
no.
is to hold the
play
safety out of middle
action.
linebacker. It doesn't matter what play they run. He's getting the
I
ball to his receiver. Like, we are nitpicking stuff we shouldn't be nitpicking. If it wasn't
You
working,
may be
then we
okay
could
with
say that.
mediocrity. I'm
That's
not.
not
So
mediocrity.
you
He
can't
just
tell
put
me
up
I'm
4
nitpicking.
TDs.
I want my team to be a certain way. You could be okay with the bullshit. That's you. That tells me
I'm
how you are in
perfectly
your
okay with
personal
4
life.
TDs.
I'm not okay
That's like
with
me
it.
saying,
So
hey baby, you know you cook, you clean. That's like me saying, hey baby, you
no,
cook, you
ain't no
clean,
stalling mouth.
but you know
How you
what?
gonna tell
I
me
gotta
I'm
put up the
nitpicking?
food,
I
so I
want
gotta
my
let you
team to
go.
be great.
Like, come
You
on,
could be
man.
okay with the bullshit in your personal life.
That's
That's
like
cool
saying,
with
baby,
me.
you know what? You cook,
But I
you
get what Coach
clean,
saying,
and
though.
you
I
got
get
me
what
a
Coach
drink.
See,
saying.
But
this
since you
this
I
didn't
is
get
put
what
up
he's
the
saying
food,
too,
I
though.
gotta let you go.
okay. This is the thing with me as far as play
Y'all
action and drop back. I would prefer. Well, and my preference doesn't really matter. But passing the ball effectively, whether it be through the play action pass or the drop back pass, I thought that passing the ball, period, no matter what methodology that you use in passing the ball,
That's all
is
that
the
matters.
operative point.
We
Yeah,
didn't
Pass
pay
the
Kirk
ball
Cousins.
effectively.
We didn't
yeah,
guarantee Kirk Cousins $100 million to hand the ball off so they can run it all the time. We gave it to him
Hold on, so I
to
see.
pass the
Look, this is
ball.
what
but
Coach saying. Look,
he's saying.
Coach.
Let me say.
Coach,
Let me
what he's
say this. Let
saying
me say
is,
this.
hold on, James. What he's saying is, when they do the play action with Bijan or Tyler Algier, of course the defense is going to bite on it, and that's when your big plays open up. That's when you play. Your routes, your in cut routes, they open up. That's what Coach is saying, and he's also saying with Kurt when he was in Minnesota, he did a lot of play action. But that's why I asked you, Coach, what's wrong with him doing the drop backs? Because the drop backs been working. But I get what you're saying,
Nothing.
though.
It's nothing wrong with it. But my point is, okay, if you have an easier route to get to the finish line, why take the harder route? I don't give a damn. I see, me personally, as someone who lives and breathes this and is trying to do and does this for a living, I see things totally different. I don't care. Like, I care that we winning. I'm happy that we winning. But for me, it's how we are winning. We're limping across the goal line. I don't want to limp across the goal line. I want to sprint across that bitch. I don't care about this mediocrity that Kirk Cousins threw for 500 yards. We're playing against depleted, and I understand we play who they put in front of us. I get that, but we're playing against depleted teams, and we're still barely beating them. So once we go against great teams, it's common sense will say Of course, any given Sunday, anything can happen. But looking at what we are right now, going against greater teams, we're gonna get smashed. Why? Because we're not playing to the strengths of our team. We're playing to weakness or just borderline. Where there is no strength playing on this team, and I don't understand that.
That's not necessarily true because just one quick thing. If you look around the league, most games are finished within one touchdown or less. So it ain't just the Falcons. Oh, we not putting teams away. This is a new NFL. People are scoring, and the defense is much better. You're going to have to. And me personally, what I think it is when it comes to us not doing a lot of play action is just because they don't want to have Kirk Cousins turn his back to the line. Because look at what happened this time with the not just the handoff with Tyler Algier. They're getting to the back of the line. So if I keep Kirk Cousins looking forward, he can read his progressions better. Because when you're doing play action, you are turning your back off the line. So that means you got to hurry up and throw it straight to that. But
not necessarily.
Yeah, not necessarily. If I had Kirk Cousins as a progression type of passer, so if he's constantly looking at the line, he knows who am I going to? What am I going to go to? It doesn't. To me, it really doesn't matter as long as it's working. Now, if it wasn't working, like in week 1, which I just think was we bit off more than we could chew. We underestimated how Kirk Cousins was really rusty. But the thing is, if it wasn't working, then we could say, "Oh, it's because of this, it's because of that." But if it's working, why complain?
Go ahead.
Slim. Let me say this right quick, and then I'll let y'all have the court. Slim, in play action, if you run a stretch play action, you're not turning your back. If you're in a shotgun run play action, you're not turning your back. The thing is, what coach is saying is it does cater to your strengths of what you have within your quarterback. Is mainly what it's saying he needs to do more play actions with the quarterback because that's when Kirk Cousins is at his best. He did it with Minnesota. He did it with Washington. He has to do that. You can throw a whole team off by implementing more play action in your scheme. The thing is the thing is at the end of the day, bro, Zach Robinson has to cater to his team. He hasn't fully catered to his team during the whole season, big dog. The only thing he's catering to is trying to run the Rams playbook. With the Rams playbook, ain't nothing wrong with it because they won a Super Bowl off of it. But at hand, implement things that cater to your quarterback so your quarterback can be more successful. Also, at hand, hold on one second. Your receivers can get open. You got speed. You can run play action because you got speedy receivers that meet the needs. You have a speedy tight end that meets the needs of that. So I'll let it get back in your court. That's all I got.
Just one rebuttal to that. Yeah, we can say they can do all of this and they can do all that, but he's putting up 4 TDs in a game.
Dude, that's
no interception. No interception.
So Slim, for contact,
he's putting up an average of 3 touchdowns a game.
For contact, just hold on. Just listen to this, everybody. For context, listen to what he's saying. He's putting up 4 touchdowns per game, but what he's leaving out is the context. What has happened when we have ran up against semi-healthy to almost completely healthy teams? What has happened?
We got cheated.
We got an L every time. We got an L every time.
But coach,
every time.
We
5-3.
I understand that.
We can't keep bringing up injuries though. We injured.
I understand that, Toddy. But you cannot keep talking about how great and what we're doing when we run up against healthy teams. We getting scraped. So clearly, it's not working. It's only working when we playing against depleted teams.
Okay, let me rebut. Let me rebut real quick. Coach, I think the reason a lot of people are giving you pushback on your point tonight specifically, let me say this. We're talking about a game where on the road, we put up 31 points on the road. Our quarterback completed 80% of his passes. He threw for 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and his passer rating was 156.
156.
It's gonna be like the reason people are giving you pushback because they're looking at the fact like, okay, this is a bad game to try to make that point.
Okay.
Well,
Toddy,
Coach was
read
talking about the whole
me the information from the Steelers game. Read me the information from the Seahawks game. Read me the information. Let me finish.
Hold on. Let him finish. Then I'm gonna
you just said right. Well, that's a bad example. My entire sole point is the shit is barely working against depleted teams. When we run up against healthy teams, we have lost. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you want to read me the information from the Bucs game today, which is a depleted team. Read me the information from the Steelers, who was, I would say, 80 to 90% healthy. Read me the information from Kansas City, who was 80 to 90% healthy. Read the information from the Seahawks, who are, I believe, they had all their pieces back.
But we are in week 8. Everybody's depleted. Everybody's depleted now.
Let me answer.
Cut it out.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead, Toddy.
All right. That's why I say people say it's a bad example to use it after this game. Now, Coach, if you'd have had this point of view after Pittsburgh, people would have been more on your side because you're making a point at the most opportune time. But when Michael Jordan come out and put 50, and I'm not comparing Kirk Cousins to Jordan, but if Jordan put up 50, it's hard to say, well, Michael Jordan shot bad tonight. He just put up 50. Now, Coach, you know what me and these injuries, when I look at the fact that I'm missing 2 starting offensive linemen, I'm missing my free safety, the injury, you ain't going to get a lot of people to sympathize with you when you start talking about injuries in the NFL. Everybody injured, Coach. Everybody hurt.
Absolutely, Toddy, and I concede that fact. But you cannot tell me that you don't see the correlation to every healthy team that we have played, we have lost, and we have barely beaten teams who are beat up, struggling, and not healthy. This is what I say when I say we are not being used at maximum value. We're simply not. We're not doing the things that make us a better team. I don't care to be good. It seems like a lot of y'all are okay with being good. I want the team to be great, and there's ways to make it great that we're just not doing.
But no team is actually using everybody as. Go ahead, Mark.
I just have to say something real quick, man. I'm gonna hop off here. I get what Coach is saying. This is definitely the wrong way he's saying it, right? The play action works. I get that. However, that's not the reason why we're barely beating teams. The reason why these teams are still in the game has nothing to do with the offense. It's the damn defense.
I didn't say it was the offense. What I'm saying is I said coaches overall, all of them, offense and defense. We're not putting our team in the best position to win. That is my point. It has nothing to do with just offense.
Okay, Coach. So let me ask you this. A team puts up 31 points. I'm from the school of I'm going to keep running it until you stop it.
Thank you.
They couldn't stop it. So why do I need to mix it up with the play action when they couldn't stop what we were doing?
Because context matters. And the fact that y'all try to overlook that.
It has nothing to do, fam. Listen, it has nothing to do with context.
Now
the team put up 31 points.
Now let's look at the Kansas City game. Let's look at the Kansas City game. Kirk Cousins was 20 of 29 for 230 yards. Mahomes was 26 of 39 for 217 yards. And it was a blown pass interference call that prevented us from winning. And let me ask another question. Let me ask a question. That long pass that Kirk Cousins threw today, the longest pass he's thrown since he's been playing, was that a play action pass or was that a drop back?
I thought that was a drop back.
It was a drop back.
So that's my point right there. That's my point right there. Play action is supposed the reason you do that is to freeze the linebacker primarily.
You're trying to hold them so you can get
you can get a deep pass out.
Yeah. That's all it is.
All that play action is for. That's all play action is for because you can get the same results from dropping back 5 to 7 yards, having an offensive line that holds them people out at least 2.5 seconds and launch that sucker. And if you got a wide receiver that can go get it, they can go get it. Because the play action is supposed to be designed for long passes. Correct? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're actually somewhat right, but you're not. No. So for a play action actually helps your running backs. What make a play action so effective is that your running backs are getting yardage. So when you fake to them, generally the backs will creep up. So then you throw it over their head for a big play. And then you continue to do that. So once they then back off, you then go back to running the ball. It is a nice cycle. Since we want to run Bijan Robinson, then why on earth are we not doing play action? That frees up Bijan to get more yards. That frees up Tyler Algier to get more yards. Then once they start crowding the box, boom, you do a play action and throw it over their head. It's not simply to freeze a linebacker, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
What did you just say? What did you just describe?
I said all that. And hold on.
What did you just describe?
I'm done. You just described. You got it, John.
You just described what I said.
I'm good. You're right, John.
You just described what I said.
You're right. You got it. You're right. You got it. I'm done.
Man, y'all
basically, listen to what. Let me say this right quick.
Okay, go ahead.
It helps with the freezing of the linebackers. It also puts the running back in one-on-one situations with the linebacker as well for them to get yarded. Because as you know, within the offensive schemes, running backs will have an advantage over a typical linebacker. I'm gonna say a typical linebacker because if you get a coverage linebacker, then it's a game. But something the Falcons don't have. We don't have coverage linebacker. We just got downhill linebackers.
Now we talking about the opposition. We talking about the opposition, James. We talking about the opposition.
I know.
Okay,
I know. I just had to throw that in there because it still baffles me.
But let me just say this: Bijan is still putting up 100 yards, all purpose.
Let me say this right quick. You can get that off in a second. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you was done.
But I see what both of y'all are saying. But overall, it doesn't matter. He's still getting the yardage at the end of the day. He's still getting the passes out. Coach, I got to go with them on that side because they still getting the yardage. They still getting the pass, and we still getting the touchdowns at the end of the day within the scheme. I understand that they need to implement more in the scenario of implementing the play action, but it's always some things that coaches need to work on within an offensive scheme, a defensive scheme, and special teams. But we are doing our job. We're doing our job at the end of the day, scoring 30-some points and 2+ in this game right here. And we're doing our job winning in another man's court. We just need to do our job winning actually at home. We are suffering with 3 losses this year at home. We need to do better protecting our house. If we protect our house, we'll be one of the most dominated teams in the NFL. But right now, we do better on the road, strangely, than we do better at home. Without
we need to get some of the referees on our side.
Because our house is too pretty.
Nah,
Our
it's the
house is too
referees,
pretty.
man. We need to get some of the referees on our side, man. The referee come to our
All
home
right.
and don't give us the call. Come on, man.
I have the solution. All right. First of all, Arthur Blanks or Raheem Morris. It's time for us to take. Or you know what? Y'all don't do it because I don't want y'all to get your hands dirty. You let me go to Magic City with these referees. I will get them lemon pepper rings, wet or dry, and I will make sure they have a great time. But I will also make sure that they will make sure and hook us up in the place that they need to be. All right,
know.
you know, like the Kyle Pitts, like the Kyle Pitts, oopsie doopsie. Ooh, I let the ball slide out of my hands. The ref didn't see it. Why? He went to Magic City, of course. The most happiest place of the world. Now look,
They should have been did that.
yeah, I know. Look, Red. I'm just saying, Red. You need someone to be the cover guy. I will be the cover guy. That's all I'm saying.
You
Now,
gotta get
also,
them a dance too.
yeah, hey, whatever it costs. Arthur's paying without being shown that the receipt's connected to him. But you know how that goes. All right. Now look, I've watched Burn Notice. I know how to do this. All right. So look.
Oh,
And I stayed in the Holiday Inn one day. Oh, I love Burn Notice. That was my favorite jam. Oh man. And so let's talk. I really want to get into this defense. How can we have the same people, minus Judon and Simmons, but those same people can't make this defense work? Because I swear our linebackers are walking in quicksand, and our defensive line, if they're not getting hold, they can't get pressure. I mean, to be honest, I'm with Marcus.
It don't matter.
Hold on. Whoa. You know what? It will matter in the playoffs. And also, Marcus, look, Marcus has been saying this the whole time on his show. You can't, you want to go after Jimmy. Jimmy, I need to swim in a lake. Problem is, Jimmy ain't going to do nothing because Ross signing off. Ross got to also take some of the heat because he came with defense. And, eventually this has to get fixed. Because a team that's proficient.
But we're winning, so they don't care.
Well, I'm saying, though, it's still going to be hammered by the fan. But, I'm sick of hearing them talk about, well, I don't want to, hear about the stats. Stats are for losers. Dude, third down percentages is ridiculous. Your defense is on the field way too much, and all you're doing is playing safe. You're playing patty cake. You're not trying to force the issue. And look, Richie Grant is not Justin Simmons. I think we all can say that, right? I mean, he got posted by a tight end again. That's a ritual.
It's too small. They don't care. You're talking to the choir. Only people like me and you care about that. They don't care. We're winning. We're scoring 30 points a game. That's all they care about. So it don't matter.
I never said
all that
don't
is.
care.
All that is.
When it comes to the defense,
we talking about this play action.
We talking about
we were talking about this play action situation.
We're scoring 30 points.
But we were talking about offense where we was going with that point.
No, I didn't know what was going on. So.
We're winning, so we can't talk about.
So he done twisted it. He done twisted it, Cole. He done twisted it.
Look, because see, I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Now, you guys got to give it this. Kirk Cousins, Bijan, and, even though Kyle Pitts did the bonehead play, they played awesome. They really did. I mean, and look, we got to give it to the old man. He could run. I mean, I felt like I was watching Forrest Gump because I was yelling out, "Run, Cousins, run!" And
he got that first down, though. The ball was well over the first down line.
I thought so too, but they for some reason they spotted at the knee, and Arch was losing his mind. He was losing his mind on a lot of stuff.
When it comes to the quarterback, when he start going down, that's when they down it because they trying to keep the safety of the quarterback because they don't want.
But the problem was because Arch said he fell forward. He didn't fall backwards. Yeah. So for him to fall forwards, you should have given him the ball where it's spotted. But no, I got you. We still got it. And I was surprised we did a QB sneak, which I'm not mad
that
about.
wasn't designed.
I was very surprised by that.
C-Dub, that wasn't designed. That wasn't designed.
Well, you know what? Kirk Cousins, thank you for that.
Man, that shocked me. That really shocked me that Kirk Cousins was taking off and pump faking while he was taking off. And I said, oh my good, Kirk Cousins running. And I posted it in the game chat so doggone fast I misspelled at least 5 words.
Look, when you see an old guy run, you're like, run, Forrest, run. I mean, he really was.
Yeah, and I was timing him with my calendar here, and he made it to July.
Well, what's funny is, what was it? Ron told me he saw a snail get to the other side of the TV screen first before Cousins, but it was still amazing.
Give him his credit though. They wasn't that middle linebacker wasn't. He outjuked that middle linebacker because the middle linebacker wasn't even expecting him to run. He was sitting there waiting for the pass.
They fell for the pump fake. They all fell for the pump fake. They ain't expecting Cousins to keep running.
Kurt, they're gonna have fun on that one.
I gotta jump back in because Coach, people in the comments, they still on you, bro. They
I don't care. Bro, at this point,
I know you don't care, but
Coach don't care. Coach don't care. He's sticking to his gun.
But Coach, they want to know what's the problem with what we did today when we had the kind of offensive performance that we had today. Because they own you in the comments, Coach.
The fact that people this is my problem. If you can't understand or comprehend what I'm saying, then there's literally zero need for me to talk football with you. Because I mean, it's very, very plain and simple. It's very, it's like the dumbest down way I can explain it. Yes, we are winning. Cool. I'm happy about that. Is it the most optimal way of winning? No, it is not. When we run into a juggernaut of a team, which we are going to run into, we are not going to pass doing the things that we are currently doing right now. We are winning again against teams who are hurt. Yes, you only play who is in front of you. Yes, everybody has hurt people, but when we run up against teams who are generally healthy, we have lost every single time. There is a direct correlation to that and not playing optimally. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how else to put that.
You got to throw the Kansas City game out of that comparison. You can't
throw it out of that comparison because we lost that game.
And we lost the game because we got cheated out of it, Coach. We got cheated out of that game.
John, no game boils down to one game. I mean, to one play. No game boils down to one play.
It did. Yes,
one other thing is every game is an entity of itself. So just because we had success doing this in this game doesn't mean when we play another person, we're going to do this exact same thing. We might try other stuff. It's called adjustments. So if the play action is working in one game, but it might not work in another game. So the reality is, why are we complaining about stuff we're having success with? It's not like they're locked into this because they remember Kirk put up 500 yards one game, but then the next game the run game put up 200 yards. So they have multiple avenues of skinning a cat.
So teams don't. So what you said? What you said is teams don't have identities. Teams don't have schemes and plays that they generally want to try and work into the game. Yes, adjustments is of course.
Well, that's not the Falcons' identity this year.
But if you're, that's my Oh my God, that's my point, dude. That's my point.
But that doesn't mean that they can't run play action whenever they feel like it. If they feel like play action will work in this game, they will do it.
God. Okay, you got it, bro.
Coach, hold on for a second, Slim. Coach, let me ask you something. The team has no identity, but in 3 of the last 4 games, they've won over 30 points. They're averaging 33 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have an identity. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball, they can play in pistol, They can play under center if they want to. So I would think that their identity is they're a good offensive team.
They hybrid,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
So
what we asked in the show today.
so here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think you're missing.
Who is this sounding like a professor?
This is Marcus. Yeah.
That's Marcus. Marcus.
Oh, that's Marcus. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this
What's
is-
going on,
yeah.
man? I
This
thought
is-
I recognized the voice, but I didn't know who it was.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay.
sounding like
Yeah,
professor.
I'm just trying not to smoke a pack.
Listen,
Hold on, y'all. Let it finish.
I think this is what you're missing. When you look at a team like Kansas City, they've found ways to win. It hasn't always been in the air. It hasn't always been behind center. It hasn't always been in shotgun, but they find ways to win. You have to make the other team stop you at what you're good at. Tampa Bay failed to do that in both games. So again, if I'm and I've been on Zach Robinson's bumper on the offense. Offense is my thing. If we're cooking this team in the pistol, why the hell would I even want to run play action? They can't even stop this. So until they stop this, I'm going to keep doing it. That's what most offenses do. If you looked at if you looked at how we cook Carolina, if you can't stop the run, why am I going to start passing all of a sudden?
Facts.
That's what Kyle Shanahan gets roasted about in the Super Bowls that he lost, because his running backs were averaging 6 yards a clip, and he just decides he wants to throw the ball. So
And
you
that's
got
what
Niners
happened.
fans like, why
That's what
didn't
happened
you
with the
just keep
Seahawks.
running the ball?
That's what happened in the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
So again, I don't. Okay.
You want them to play the way that you want them to play.
No,
I get how you keep saying that the play action is this. The play action works like this. What happens when the play action doesn't work?
Then you go to something else. Again, y'all are focusing on one thing that I have said. And my entire point has always been that the team as a whole has not been used to their best capabilities. Yes,
Nobody has.
when the pass is running, I don't believe that's true, and not even in the least. When the pass is working, great. When the run is working, great. But are there better ways to get to point A from A to B? Absolutely. Absolutely there is.
So there's a better way to get to 33 points a game.
Y'all are stuck on this 33.
I'm asking. Hold on, coach. I'm asking a simple question. The team, 3 out of the 4 games are averaging 33 points a game. You're saying that there's an easier way to get from point A to point B. I thought the object was to have the most points at the end of the game.
Okay.
So now I'm confused.
Again, y'all do that without context.
Oh, give me context.
I'm gonna keep on saying this. You want to bring in bottom of the. That's like me. That's okay. That's like saying. All right. Here's a prime example. Prime example. Prime example. When the Saints beat the dog-ish out of the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody say, "Oh my God"? Any of us who, I mean, even if realistically, did anybody say, "Oh my God, the Saints got a squad"? Oh man, we gonna need to worry about them. Or was it, well, they beat the shit out of the Panthers? Which one was it? Was it A or B?
It was B for me because I wasn't worried about them.
Well,
I don't understand that analysis.
When you looked at that game, no one said, "Oh man, the Saints have an awesome team. They just beat the Panthers by like 40." I don't remember what it was, by like 40 points. Oh man, they're going to the Super Bowl. No one said that. Why?
I didn't say that.
But we were concerned. We were concerned, Coach. We were concerned about both Tampa Bay and New Orleans in the beginning of the year because we
Especially
were
the
not
first 2 weeks.
scoring and we were scuffling and struggling. Those
And
first
that
2
boy
games.
Carr was the #1 quarterback in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, but Rattlers.
So
didn't rattle.
we were noticing them. Now we wasn't saying they were going to the Super Bowl, and but we were definitely
But
paying
we
attention.
we thought it was a 3-headed race when it came to the NFC South.
We were paying attention because
I did.
because both New Orleans and Tampa Bay scored over 40 points. Wait a minute, New
No
Orleans
one
and Tampa.
did,
New
Wallace.
Orleans.
No one did, Wallace. This is revisionist history. I didn't hear a single person say anything about how good the Saints were or none of that. I hear no 3-headed monster
No.
nowhere.
He
Won't
said
nobody
he
talking
didn't
about the
say
Saints.
that about the Saints. He said he
Well,
didn't.
see, this is
I understand that. I just said that.
Hey, this is what I love about content creation because you can always go back and look at what somebody said. So I hate the Saints.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I hate the Saints.
Oh,
But you can't.
You about made me cry on your thing about that, by the way.
Yeah, you can't dismiss the fact that in 2 games they scored damn near 100 points. You can't dismiss that, right?
How many teams did that? That was a record. I mean, they was
they were on pace. So yeah, you have to take notice of that. But I even said they gonna fall off a cliff because they got Derek Carr. Now we knew the Carolina game. It is what it is. Carolina was looking at the draft in week 1. Let's just be honest. They were looking at next year's draft in week 1. The Cowboys game was kind of the shocker, right? But then they came back down to reality week 3, and they've been there since.
And the 49ers, we thought they was going to be the team of the NFC.
Yeah, so there's always nuance in a season, man. Like, it's not just black and white. Teams find ways to win. And at the end of the day, 31 is 31. 36 is 36.
And
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how we got those points. My thing is, if you score 28 points, you should win the majority of your games. Atlanta's averaging 33 points a game. They're 3-1 in the last 4 games.
And last year we was averaging 19 points a game. Hell, I would have been saying, man, do a play action, do this, do that. We was only getting 19 points a game last year. So
Coach, I got a question.
We jumped up to 31, 33 points. At some point, you got to say, hey, let's not rock the boat. That goes back into what we were talking about on defense when we were saying, no, I don't think we need to be making major swings.
What you say?
Well,
who's that who said they had a question for Coach?
It's me, Tay 6.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
So I noticed another thing you've been saying. You saying we're gonna get like spanked or like blown out by juggernaut teams. So I'm just gonna ask you this: who is your 4 juggernaut teams? Give me 2 out of the NFC and 2 out of the AFC.
So here's the thing. So first, let me say this. I know a lot of y'all don't really don't
and got scared. That's what
don't really know. Again, so as I was saying, I know a lot of y'all don't really know me and know like how I speak and what I be saying, like how I speak about my team. I'm not as a Falcon fan, I'm not scared of anybody with my fan hat on. When I take my fan hat off, I'm speaking objectively in football terms. So do I believe that the Falcons can stand toe to toe with any team in the league? Absolutely not with my fan hat off. Now I put my fan hat on, and yeah, I absolutely think we can stand toe to toe with any team. But again, I'm a coach. I do this, so I think objectively. So objectively, I do not think that the Falcons could stand toe to toe with a team like Minnesota. I do not think that the Falcons can stand toe to toe with a team like Washington. I do not think toe to toe the Falcons can stand what
Hey, this is his opinion. This is his opinion. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
Finish, Coach. Who are your other teams?
With a team like Detroit.
Minnesota. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Detroit and Washington. Okay.
I'm done. Go ahead. Yeah.
We will definitely get a chance
Let
to
Red
see
talk. Let whoever else talk. I'm good. Go ahead.
Minnesota right now is on a 2-game. Minnesota right now is on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to a team in the Rams that I think had 2 wins on the season. Right. Washington had a walk-off Hail Mary where
That was tight.
the Chicago Bears just basically, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but it took a Hail Mary for them to beat the Chicago Bears.
Dude, he should have batted it to the ground, but he batted it back up. When you do that, you automatically go
Now
lose.
the defense wasn't even paying attention.
The only team out of those teams that you just named, I can probably agree with you, is Detroit, right? The Lions are looking like they can beat anybody. Here's the kicker, though. We just swept the team. We just swept the only team that beat them. And we're sitting here talking about how we're getting these points.
But then with Washington, if you remember, if you go back and look at the Washington game, the defense wasn't even paying attention. That's how they got. The defense was over there taunting the crowd.
Yeah.
So when they were taunting the crowd, they got caught off guard. So let's keep that real on that aspect there.
Yeah, but Buddy on the bench. Buddy on the bench next week. Buddy on the bench next week with that.
I bet you he probably sitting in the corner of the bus.
He's gonna be suspended.
See, what I'm basically saying is, even with me, I understand to an extent what coach is saying. Because I take my fan hat off. I played football. I'm not nobody coach. I ain't a GM or nothing like that. But when I say that, I'm not really worried. I'm saying I'm not really worried about our offense because I know Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins whooped us every time he played us from Washington to Minnesota. So Kirk Cousins is the least of my worries. I wanted Kirk Cousins over Justin Fields because I wanted a real quarterback. I wanted a quarterback that if you throw him a defense. I'm going to tell you something that the New Orleans Saints coach, Dennis Allen, said about Kirk Cousins. He said, honestly, Kirk Cousins been in the league so long, ain't no sense in even disguising the defense because he done seen just about every defense you want to run. So that's why I'm not really concerned about the offense too much because even.
Oh, wow. Hello?
What happened?
But here's my thing, I just look at stuff from a common sense perspective, but I think the Falcons can go against any team in the league right now. Too. What I'm about to say, didn't Jameis Winston, didn't the Browns just win the game?
Now, what I'm saying is, you give Zach Robinson all this critique when we lost against Pittsburgh, but since Jimmy Lake over here fucking up, excuse my language, don't nobody want to say nothing. Don't nobody put him to
I'm on his head all the time. I'm me.
Wait a minute.
Getting the smoke, bro. You just don't understand. Jimmy Lake been getting smoked.
No, he been getting smoked. What I'm saying is, when Zach, see, y'all missing my point because I be on Twitter also. So when Zach Robinson messed up, all the Falcons fans flooded Twitter on that Pittsburgh game. But ever since the defense really been slacking, ain't nobody been flooding Twitter about the defense. Yeah, we talk about it inside of these groups, but no one's giving him the same. Like when Zach Robinson messed up in that Pittsburgh game, how many people gave that man heck? How many?
Because everybody had the Falcons as a walk-off win of the NFC South.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But now
they starting to get on Jimmy Lake now.
Basically saying is when the defense fucking up, don't nobody want to hold the same accountability to the defense. Is all I'm saying.
No, I gotta disagree. They're starting to get on Jimmy Lake and about.
No, they starting to. No, listen, that's what I'm saying. You're starting to. Zach Robinson only had one game, and they was on his back. They was on his neck.
People understand, but people are not cutting Jimmy Lake's throat because they realize one thing we have to keep in perspective: the defense have always gave the offense a chance to win the game. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. It's not like Madden where you just or it's not like college football. The defense, they have a bend but don't break mentality. They give the offense an opportunity to win the game. But we have been begging for now. Yes, our pass rush is not good.
But see, what you missing what I'm trying to say. First of all, you're in the wrong scheme. You don't have a nose and a middle linebacker to play the scheme you playing.
So whose fault's that? So whose fault's that?
That's Raheem talking truthfully. Because if
You
if
too
you
far
know
in the
good and come
season to
on,
be
bro,
saying,
you
"Hey, y'all,
know
we need
good
to
and
change
well
up
you
our
don't have
playbook."
the
You too far in the
no.
season. You just
Listen.
got to try different avenues
No,
and different
listen, you know how I
schemes.
know that's an excuse? No, you know how I know that's an excuse, and I'll tell you how I know that's an excuse. Because I watched Bill Belichick during
Bill
our Super
Belichick in
Bowl
the
switch
Super
from a
Bowl.
3-4 to a
Exactly.
4-3
Thank
at
you.
halftime.
Thank you.
At
Thank you.
halftime, bro.
Thank
That man
you. At
switched his whole
halftime.
playbook at halftime. You can't
Thank
tell
you.
me that. I watched it in our Super Bowl. That man switched his whole. You know what he did? Dan Quinn copied him from that. If you think about it, he was on there with his pad the whole time, writing down that whole first quarter. I watched him switch from a 3-4 to a 4-3 at halftime with 45 minutes.
King Richard.
Literally.
King Richard.
And you talking about
King
what
Richard.
Super
Hold
Bowl
on,
you
Slim.
talking about?
Hold on, Slim. Hold on, Slim. King Richard. What was the score at halftime of the Super Bowl?
We was up.
Oh no.
What was the score though?
I don't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
28-3. I remember. I can't forget that.
It was not 28-3. We scored 20 to third quarter. I think it was 21.
It was 21. Was it 21?
21-3.
Yeah.
All right. The
21-3. Okay.
The only reason I'm asking you that, King Richard, because the circumstances are vastly different. If you're in the Super Bowl and you're down 21-3 at halftime, you are now officially in desperation mode. I don't think the Falcons are in desperation mode at this point. That's the only point I want.
No, they're not in
And not to mention, Tom Brady. So hold on, before you hit that point, but and not to mention, they already knew the Falcons. One, they was tired. Even Tom Brady said, "Listen, all we need is a spark, and we gonna win this game." So they knew the Falcons was already. They wasn't in that Super Bowl mindset position like Tom Brady was. Tom Brady took hold of that team and he led them to that victory. So
yeah, because Robert Alpha said
literally
they were smoking
the
cigars
Falcons
and drinking liquor at halftime. Robert Alpha.
So then that was a downplay on the Falcons, not necessarily yet. But once again, yes, Bill Belichick made great adjustments at the half, but when you talking about you got a veteran who been in those type of plays in that Super Bowl environment for that long to a team like the Falcons who can rarely get there, it's a whole different breed. You are still you got the Falcons started partying at halftime. They will even tell you that.
Hold on. Question. Just for shit and giggles. All right. So on a defense, let's say they're playing 3-4. Do they play nickel where you have four guys across and maybe a linebacker?
They play about
maybe
60 to
3 or
70%
2.
out of the nickel.
Hold on. Okay, and then in dime you play 4 down. Okay, so that means you can do 4-3-4.
Correct. Correct.
What you have to do is get the coach or the defensive coordinator to get their heads out of their ass and make the adjustments. That's what we have to do.
So C-Dub and my other guy who was just talking, I apologize. I don't see your name. So let me ask you the question. Both of y'all have just said something. You said that you can make adjustments and change your defense mid-game, mid-season. If a coach does that, and I'm asking you to, is that the coach putting his team in the best position to win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, look, if you're hold on.
Literally all
I
I've
want
been
to say
saying.
this.
I will say you are attempting to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're basically
You're trying.
They literally did it today because in the second half of the game they stopped all their zone because that's what if you watch just about every takeaway that we had came out of us being in man. So they obviously
they was in zone. That
they
AJ
was in
pick
zone, but they still ran some man.
They run most of their plays out of zone
today. No, they
run
man
most
today.
of their game out of zone. AJ was in
most
zone
of
when
their
he did
game
that.
is out of zone, but in the second half they switched to a little bit more man press. They did.
Those interceptions was all in zone. That wasn't because when what's his name? Jesse Bates got that.
Jessie.
Dude was supposed to isolate Jesse Bates by going in.
That was a man with Jesse Bates. When Jesse Bates got the interception, That was
In
a
that,
man because he was on that tight end. That zone what you talking about was with AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell, when he cut back in, and that was a great read because AJ Terrell was supposed to go a little bit more in, but he stopped and he baited what's his name, Baker Mayfield. So they ran a lot of their plays out of zone. It's just that the thing is, the Falcons are giving up a lot of plays underneath, and they're letting them run the ball
because they don't want to give it away over the top.
You're right. You're right. That's what they are not trying to get beat downfield. So you're gonna. It's always a pro and a con to every defense you run.
For that point to finally reach home is bananas.
What was the point?
Literally point. It's just basically you're not playing the way I want you to play.
The defense, true. But the offense,
that's a different thing. Like that's not the same. That's not the same offensively. So what you're alluding to is, did Zach Robinson put the offense in the best position to win today?
Yes.
Okay. We weren't playing play action though. So what are you talking about?
Again,
we weren't running play action.
First off, stop being hung up on play action. I never
you
said
were hung up on play action.
Oh my God.
You were hung up on it.
No, it wasn't. I used that as an example.
Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. I got a simple question. If Zach Robinson put us in the best position to win today, you just admitted that.
Yes, sir. Yes, we got 30
points. What the hell was your whole point?
Yes.
What was your whole
point?
We
got 30 points.
I know what
we got 30 points. That's great.
No, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need him to tell me.
I just told you. We got 30 points. That's the point. Hoorah.
Okay, so what was your argument to begin with?
No, he being sarcastic.
You got it.
I'm not, fam. I'm not even being sarcastic. I want to know.
You got it.
Right.
You got 30 points. That's the point.
Fam, I honestly want to know because you just said
I'm not going to go through it for the fifth time.
When the dude said what he said, you were like, "That's been my whole point this whole time." That's what you said. But then you just said that Zach Robinson put the offense in the best position to win. So I'm like, what is your argument even?
There is none. We got 30 points.
To me, it's just simple. You didn't play how I want you to play.
Great.
Coach.
I know why he said play action though, because Kirk Cousins has had all of his success just about out of play action. They said it today.
Y'all got me crying.
But now that may be true.
John, the reason why I don't negate it though, because I watched them run play action out the shotgun, out of pistol, out of from behind center. So play action don't really matter to me because I've watched them run it out of different formations. See, they don't want to run play action. Zach Robinson said it. He don't want to run play action the regular way you run play action because he feels that it's too what's the word I'm looking for? It's too generic or basic. So he wants to run play action out the pistol, out of shot. He want to run play action out of every formation, basically.
In layman's term, he's moving into the new NFL. That's all it is. That's really all it is.
But wait a minute.
Everybody has a different attack on the passing game. Everybody has a different way they attack the passing game. We are in a new NFL.
But this is the problem. This is the problem. Play action.
It don't work.
Play action is designed. Play action, like I said, is supposed to give your receivers time to get downfield, freeze the linebackers from rushing in, trying to stop the run, making them guess, putting your defense off balance. That's what it's for. The question I asked was that deep pass to Mooney, was that out of play action or was that out of a 5 or 7 step drop? Now, everybody told me that this was out of a regular drop. That's what I thought.
It was a 6-step drop.
It was a 6-step drop.
The same purpose, though. It served the same purpose.
Strap 24s, what did he say? No one, who cares? As long as we got the W. Nobody
that's
cares.
no.
It all night.
It's
don't
not
matter.
the W.
I know
It's not specifically the W. It's the pass got off that could have been caught for a touchdown. You still pass because see the thing is, even whether you use play action out of whatever formation you use it out of, or whether you take a 3, 5, or 7-step drop and you complete the pass, it ends up being the same thing. Now,
but can I just say?
That's what I'm talking about. It's still a completed pass at the end of the day.
Goal.
But can I just say this though?
Right.
We had 6 losing records. I don't care if we win by 1 point just running the ball. We are winning. Why are we nitpicking? And then we keep saying, well, it depends on if we play these great teams. Well, if you don't change your playbook or if you don't change during the game, hey, this thing is not working. Let's change. Then you deserve to lose. If you playing sloppy, getting a bunch of penalties, you deserve to lose. So the reality is, why are we nitpicking wins? It'd make more sense if we was 3-5 or we was the Carolina Panthers and we saying, well, it's because we're not doing this. We're not doing what we are normally doing. We're not doing what we're supposed to do. But we are winning. We are outrunning the South. Look at our record. We undefeated in our division. We 4-1 in our conference. Whatever we doing is working. And that goes back to the defense. Do the defense play soft coverage? Of course. But once again, they are not trying to get beat deep, but they are giving the offense a chance to win the game in each game, except the Seahawks. So why is that an issue? We can say, well, if we play another team, then this could happen, but it didn't happen, and it's not happening. We lost the games we lost. It was less than a touchdown. So the thing is, whatever they doing, it is working.
So let me say this.
When we did lose, we didn't feel like, except the Steelers game, you know what? We really got dragged out of that. Now, it's going to be all season. We only felt like that against the Steelers because that was week 1. And we was like, oh, maybe Kirk Cousins is still hurt. That was the thing. Is Kirk Cousins is he really healthy to play this game? That was the theme of the whole argument. It wasn't man, what type of playbook we doing? What type of this? What type of that?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I'm talking about the mainstream sports media. The mainstream sports media argument was, is Kirk Cousins really healthy to be playing out there?
No. We were wondering about the playbook. We were wondering about Kirk Cousins because we didn't know whether this playbook was going to work. Because I remember complaining about that myself in the first 3 games at least. In the first 3 games at least, we were complaining about that until that Tampa Bay game when he threw for 500 yards. And you know what everybody said? Kirk Cousins took over.
But I think we acting like we the baddest chick at the party. We just are 5-3. This season is not over, and whatever we doing is working right now. So let's just keep doing it. O.J. Simpson said something the best when he got over 200 yards rushing. He did the same stretch play to the goddamn right. He said, hey, until they stop me, that's when I'm going to stop. I'm going to change up my route. And the thing is,
O.J. Simpson said he didn't do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
He did.
All right.
But once again,
and he's still looking for the murderer.
And he's still saying he didn't do it.
But the point I'm making is we acting like we the baddest chick at the club. Well, you may be winning, but another chick could come in the club and really shut you down.
Hey, dude,
It
just
ain't
say
happened
you
yet.
okay with mediocrity. Don't keep speaking
If
for
that's what
everybody else.
mediocrity
You
is,
okay
then
with the
I'm okay with
mediocrity.
it.
All right, all right, all
That's
right.
what
Time out,
I
time
won't
out.
go so far as
Tidy,
saying we
Y'all
mediocre.
crazy.
I won't go
Tidy.
so far to say that we mediocre now. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say we mediocre.
how are
So
we a mediocre
mediocre
team?
does not get you 5-3.
If
Yeah,
this is
that
Mediocre does not
mediocre,
get you
ain't
is
even
Kirk
average.
5-3.
Cousins
Man, you know
popping
what
4
though?
teeth?
You
If
know
this
what though?
mediocre,
Nah,
shoot,
you
I'll
know
take
what
it every
though?
week.
Well,
Mediocre don't get you 5-3.
Nah, you know
Hold,
what
Mediocre.
hold
though?
on, fam. Hold
It
on,
feel
fam.
good.
Hold on, fam. How are we a mediocre team when the teams that you glazed up, they only got one more win
Whoa,
than we
first
do?
off, don't ever say that to me, dude. I don't glaze up shit around here. That's one. And then two, don't put words in my mouth.
Damn.
I didn't say the
Then
team.
what
I didn't
did you
say the
say?
team was mediocre. What I said is you
Round
okay
one.
with mediocre because
Okay,
what
so
he said out his
explain how
mouth
we
is
mediocre
if
right
you
now.
shut up, I am. I'm trying to
Okay,
right
go ahead.
now.
Go
So
ahead.
when he said out his mouth that we are nitpicking wins, okay, that's what you do when you want your team to be great. That is what you do when you want your business to be successful. That's what you do when you want to be successful. You're not just okay with getting marginal wins. You are okay with getting major wins. You're not okay with getting some money. You're okay with getting all the money. Anything less than that is mediocre to me. So again, as I say, don't keep saying we nitpicking this, that, and the third. Just say you okay with mediocrity because I'm not. I
You
don't want my
No,
nitpicking.
team
wait
to
a
be
minute.
good.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait.
Hold
hey,
on,
look,
hold on,
I want
hold
my
on.
team to be great.
Hold on.
y'all know
So
what
that's
though?
that.
Hold on for a second. Let me get my shot to retort.
I'm
You
But don't ever
nitpicking the
say
wrong.
to me
You
I'm
nit.
glazing nothing. Don't ever
You
say
nit.
that to me
One,
because
you
I'm a grown
nitpicking.
man.
Oh,
I'm a
calm
grown
down,
man too,
man.
fam.
You tripping like
I'm
All
a
that
grown
right,
for?
man too. You
all
the
right.
one
So
over here
don't ever
talking
say I'm
about
glazing nothing.
when we run into a better team, we gonna lose. That's
I
glazing,
didn't
my
say that.
guy.
That is all right, dude. All right. So
So we're
me and
one
you, I'm
game.
good.
We're one game underneath Detroit. We're one game underneath Washington. Again, took them a Hail Mary to get there, right? We are the top dogs in the NFC with two teams basically clocking out for the season already. Saints clocked out. Carolina clocked out. Tampa's still going to fight, but without Evans and without Godwin, they're not really going to win a lot of games. So at bare minimum, we're going to be in the playoffs with a home game.
Mm-hmm.
What is mediocre about that?
Man,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Where's the mediocrity in that? Matter of fact, where's the mediocrity in our offense? That's averaging 33 points a game. You're
Listen, you give
nitpicking
me
the wrong
30
side of
points,
the damn ball.
I'll take that. If you say
Y'all
that's
make it
mediocrity and 30, I'll take that.
Hey,
I'm gonna
but you
take
know
that all
what
day
though?
long too.
It feels, y'all know why this feel good to me though, because we could be still sitting over here with Arthur Smith talking about we going 7-6.
Say that.
I'm
And we
happy
could
to
be
hear
Exactly.
putting
y'all
up
care about
19
our
points a
team.
game.
So
Talk about why the defense ain't really do something extra to get them to 18 points. Like, come on, man. We got close to doubling our offense production right now. We got to take that as a win.
Well, I'm guilty of that because my motto is the scoreboard can hold 99 points. Go get them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's the way I
Cheese
am.
on that.
I'm sorry. That's the way
Yeah.
I am. And just like Phillips a couple of weeks ago had an opportunity to run the ball in for a touchdown and
For a touchdown.
slid, I would have beat the snot out of him when he got in the
Exactly.
doggone locker room. Son,
Story.
put the points on the board. Ain't no
No,
telling what can happen.
no. That was smart. That was smart what he did.
All
When
right,
he
all right,
dropped
hold on.
No,
because
I mean,
what he
no.
did was he stopped he stopped the defense from coming back out there on the field, and he was able to make the offense run it. Because here's the thing, we also got to understand there's a respect level when it comes to this football. I don't care if I'm playing against an opponent. We still
Oh,
have
really?
there's still a
I'm
respect in there.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Look at
I'm
what
sorry.
happened to Godwin last week. He got injured
Okay.
43 seconds. He got
Hey,
injured
Slim.
43 seconds before the end of
Hey,
the game.
Slim.
that
You
was
said
so
there's a
bad.
respect level to football. I
Where was
just
that respect
watched.
with the Saints?
Hold up. I just watched a New Orleans player try to crocodile roll Herbert on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what happened with Winston.
What kind of respect? Wait a minute. What kind of respect is that, Slim? What kind of respect is that?
You're gonna have some role plays, but what?
All right.
Saints known for doing that dirty shit.
That's what happened. That's what happened against Kyle Pitts.
Don't forget about
role
Detroit, the number one team. They were doing all kind of trick plays against Dallas.
No,
hey, Slim. Let me ask you this: had Clark ran that in for a touchdown, what the hell was they gonna do?
But what it was is it's not about what they was gonna do. It's about you don't want to risk players getting hurt because
he could have got hurt trying to stop like that.
Nah, he went straight down because he didn't really get tackled. He just lost his balance. Even Raw, AJ Terrell, every player on the team said that was a smart play because you kept the defense. The defense didn't have to come back out there on the field, and not to mention, it's still a respect in the game. The game is over. Come
on. Respect. Man, please.
Hey, Slim. Let me cut you right there, fam. Let me cut you right there. Because the Falcons, the actual Atlanta Falcons were trolling Tampa Bay after this game. Ain't no respect when it comes to this, baby. It's about the dub.
No,
we were trolling these boys.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with this one.
Did y'all see
that last division game we had last year when Jameis Winston was going for that knee, but he did that fake and wouldn't make that touchdown. Why was Arthur Smith mad? Why would you do something like that? Because that's called.
But you just said there's no bad play.
No, because a lot of teams are very superstitious because you don't want to put bad.
Oh my God!
And I'm keeping it 100.
Hold on!
Wait.
Did y'all watch that?
I gotta agree with Slim on this. When you come out and you get in a victory formation, that means, look, we have submitted.
Yeah, I know.
And once you go into victory formation and you still try to proceed and get a touchdown, to me that's bush league. So I'm in your corner on that point, Slim.
Tidy, that's why I be on these Saints, fam.
The fans have rivals where, I'll knuckle up with you, but the players on the field, we all pros. There's a level of respect for this. When you look at in the preseason, they're not trying to hurt each other. Now that's why they didn't play.
That ain't no.
That's not true.
Wait a minute, Slim. If that was the case, okay, hold up. Slim, if that was the case, why didn't he go down right there when he got the interception? He ran. Slim. He ran and then juked the man on the way to the end zone and then fell down there and slid.
He could have regained himself and went into that touchdown. But what he did was he literally went down.
What you mean regained himself?
Because he could have easily made that touchdown.
And that's my point. That's my point. No. Slim, when he got Slim, when he got the interception, he could have laid right there once he got the interception. But
did you watch AJ Terrell interview?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
Go watch that.
I'm not going to agree with it, but what did he say?
This is what he said. He said that shows how smart that he was.
No, man, that is no evidence of intelligence.
I would have went for that touchdown. I would have just saw points. But
that ain't no evidence of intelligence.
Hold up.
That ain't enough to show.
Let me get this one right here.
Hold up, swole up.
Hold on. Because y'all didn't watch the Denver game. Y'all didn't watch J.C. Horn get mad at head coach Sean Payton because they went and got the extra point. The only people who trying to be God-fearing in football is us. Let's just keep it real. Because Carolina just got mad at Sean Payton because Sean Payton when it started doing trick stuff to get extra points when they had basically conceded. So he did the same thing New Orleans did to us. Nobody's sitting here looking at all the stuff you talking about, Slim. I get what you're saying, but it seems like us as a team are the only ones who take their foot off the gas. We've been known for that. Every other team keeping their foot on the gas. Because if that's the case, Detroit could have been just slowed down today. Why you want to whoop someone 51 if we going by your logic, Slim? Not trying to, disrespect you respectfully. But if we going by your logic, Detroit didn't have to score 50-something today because they was already winning.
All right, let me hit you with this one. Look at the
And they do
Seahawks
that
game.
all the time.
Look at
Hold
on. Let me retort that. Let me rebuttal that. Look at the Seahawks game. When the game was over, because sometimes it's not. I understand we say, "Oh man, you got to just dominate these plays," but a lot of teams have there's a lot of respect in the game when it comes to these pros. Because look at the Seahawks game. We was losing. They wasn't trying to. And then we put Michael Penix in. They wasn't trying to hurt Bijan, and then they just guided Bijan to the ground because they didn't want to get the man hurt, and that was the Seahawks because they respect. And if you watch Rob's interview, he said, "Oh, we wasn't really trying to run Bijan. That play just accidentally came out, but he hurt and got him out of there because why? You don't want to look at what happened to the Bucs." 43 seconds left in the game. And what was the commentator saying? Why did you have them boys in there, your starters in there, when the game was literally over? You don't want to get your players hurt. And a lot of teams have they are very superstitious when it comes to that because to them, it's putting bad juju on your team, and you don't want to do that.
Whoa. We done went to the African witch doctor now.
John, let me say this. Listen to me when I say this. What Slim is saying is correct. I'm gonna give you a story. My alma mater, my high school, a couple years back, around about 2017, averaged 50 points a game. Didn't care about any other teams. They blew the teams out in the third quarter. And was putting up 40 to 50 points. Sometimes, I think one game they put up 60 points. When it came around to the state championship game, when they came across another team, that team ended up dropping 40 points on them, and they only scored 7. So when it comes to certain things like that of that nature, it is some bad juju because karma has a way of coming itself back around. You got in that situation, what he did, that was the proper thing to do. Because you look at Chris Godwin. When Chris Godwin laying on his stomach and his leg turned up the other way, why would you put your players in that situation, John?
That lost their season for him damn near.
Okay. Why was Chris Godwin still in the game?
That's once again, he should have been pulled. The game was over.
Okay. Now that is up to the coach. But in this instance with Phillips was playing. Hold up. In this instance with Phillips was playing defense. His job. Right. Okay. They were not going to put the second string defense out there with Tampa Bay about to win or having a possibility of winning. Okay. He threw the interception. When he threw the interception, if what you guys are saying is true, Phillips should have went to the ground right after he got the interception, sat right there. Okay.
But it probably didn't kick in until
you kneel 3 times, run the clock out. But no, Phillips got up and was running toward the end zone, faked the man out before he decided to slide short of the end zone. Now, he could have hurt himself real bad trying to not get in the end zone. That's why I say, if you headed that way, go on out the door, son. Go to the end zone, score your touchdown, and score your touchdown.
You
But
too
the
old,
nigga
old
was a
school,
minute and
John.
50
You
seconds
too
or something.
old,
That ain't no
school,
old.
John.
That ain't old school.
Now,
Shoot,
one is still
run the
but one is
Skull
still.
Bowl hold 99 points. Run them up.
Hey, but
Nah,
wasn't it
man, that's
still like
bad. That's
2
bad
minutes?
juju, man.
Hey,
That's
but
No,
bad
wasn't it
no, ain't
juju.
no. Wait a minute. No. See, the thing is, now, your story, James. Your story, James. Look, if the other team didn't come to play or wasn't prepared to play, yeah, you gonna get beat 40-7. Okay,
Man, look,
No,
let me
but
tell you,
you gonna
because
get beat like
but
that.
then
And
John,
there
that
are
whole year,
times.
I got to
There are
give John some
times that
pushback
you
on that
just
though.
don't play well
Nah,
in times that you're supposed to play well.
but John, I
but
got to give you a little
John,
pushback on that because wasn't it still 2 minutes on the clock when Clark Phillips fell? Or wasn't it like a minute and 40 seconds, minute and 50 seconds still on the clock?
Yeah,
One
because he
minute.
was
I think
bleeding the
that's why
clock, and he put us in
Yeah.
a field goal range. He put us in field goal range
that's why
just
he
in
did
case
that
we
So
needed to get it.
if it was still a minute and something left on the clock, wouldn't those 7 points he scored put the game further out of reach?
But the game was out. Them
that was
boys
out of
was
reach
done.
already.
Them boys conceded after the interception.
It
Them
was
boys
over with.
conceded. Them boys
Hey,
conceded.
man, ain't no such thing as conceding when you still on the field. That's like
No,
Yeah,
that
you can say
ain't no
that.
such
You can
thing.
say that.
If you can make
say
a
that,
play,
but
if you can make a play and if we ain't in victory formation, I'm trying to beat you. I think, man, here's an issue I have. We want to beat up teams and then respect them at the same time. No,
that's right.
beat the hell out of them. I don't
That's
give a
right.
damn. Listen, I don't give a damn about none of these teams. I came
That's
into
what
this
I'm
season.
trying to say.
I
Look,
came into this season wanting all the smoke. I don't give a fuck who you are. I
that's
want
right.
all the smoke. If you
but
beat
that's
us,
not
hey,
Ready
wrong,
to
listen.
smoke
man.
on the
That's
pack,
not
ain't you,
Raheem
Mark?
Morris.
That's
We have
right.
to respect
Hey,
that. That's not Raheem
Mark ready
Morris.
to smoke on the pack.
No.
hey, exactly,
That wasn't
exactly.
Raheem Morris that
Somebody
made that
ready to smoke on
decision.
the plane.
That wasn't
Hey,
Raheem Morris that made
No,
that
that's what he
decision.
coached.
That was an
That's what he
individual player.
coached. That's what he coached. Ross said at the interview. That was the smart play from that. It did. This is talking about Phillips. He's what, a rookie? That was the
Nah, that
smart.
second year.
Slim,
Yeah, this is second year. But
I'm not saying that wasn't a smart play. When you bring up AJ and what AJ said, yeah, AJ's going to say that at the time this man hadn't even sniffed an interception. So yeah, if AJ was running that's
no,
what
he
we
got an
say. Hey,
interception before him. He got an interception before him that game.
well, yeah. I think that was his first interception after a while. But yeah, if I'm AJ and I ain't got no taste of this, I'm running in the end zone too, right? My thing is this:
Hey, I hate to say it, but AJ to took that for a touchdown. I hate to say it. He'd have took that AJ to when he got that touchdown.
He said he would have. He said he would have. But then you risk it. You put your defense back on the field.
So
you put
wait a
your
minute.
defense back on the field, and them folks
AJ saying
they're gonna try
that
to hit you deep.
AJ saying that he would have run the touchdown, but still calling the man smart for sliding.
Yeah, he was making a joke. He was making a joke about it.
No
He
joke. AJ.
Wait a minute. Slim. You said that like that was supposed to be some type of serious praise for him doing it.
Yeah,
It
Slim, I
was.
thought you was being serious
Nah,
about that.
That's what AJ. Go watch the interview. That's what AJ said.
Oh well, see,
Slim,
no, I didn't see the interview, so I can't comment on it. But see, it kind of sounded double tongued to me.
Let me ask you this, John. So let me ask you this, John. Let me ask you this, John.
With you real quick, Slim. If we'd have had Belichick and he wouldn't have got that touchdown, Belichick would cuss him out and he probably wouldn't have played in the next game or two. I'm just being honest.
And that's what I like. I like that mentality though. I like that mentality though.
Belichick,
yeah, but Bill Belichick is last year football. He's last year football.
No, Bill Belichick gonna keep his foot on your neck. That's why teams were scared of the Patriots.
And that's why teams are saying Bill Belichick is last year football.
San Francisco offered Bill Belichick whatever job that he wanted to take, but he didn't want to work for nobody. So y'all can cut that noise out right now.
Yeah,
y'all can cut that noise out right now.
The
Say what?
If we tried to change our front office, that's who we'd have had.
Yeah,
and not to mention, if I'm Terry Fontenot and the other top people on the Falcons, and I know Bill Belichick's going to try to come in here and make me lose my job, you really think I want Bill Belichick in here? No, I'm going to protest against it. Like, come on, like we have to keep business outside. It's a business. The football is for fans to like of an entertainment, but it's still a business. I'm not gonna allow you to just walk in here and tell me, "Hey,
And see,
I don't
that's
need this type of
understandable.
GM."
But all
Wait a
I
minute.
was saying
It
if
is.
Clark
Excuse
hadn't
me.
got
Go
that
ahead.
touchdown, Belichick would have cussed him out on the sideline, and I know he would have.
Yeah,
But
Belichick
Yes.
ain't here though.
keeping his foot on
Belichick
your
ain't
neck.
here though.
Yeah. No. The man just telling you what it would
I
have
know
been with
I
any
know
other coach.
that
I
probably
tell
could
you,
have happened. That
look,
probably could have happened. But here's the thing.
No, it
Parcells,
probably that
Let's
would have.
keep it
Marv
100
Levy.
here. Let's keep it 100 here. What's most
We
likely
are.
you increasing your chances of getting a player hurt or eat on either
Bill
team?
Belichick didn't care nothing
Where
about none of
this
that.
where
Bill
Phillips
Belichick
just
wanted
made a
wins.
touchdown and now your defense got to go back out there, and you know that the offense is going to still try to score, or you can have your offense go out there and take 3 knees and end the game. You want to get out of there. The game is over. You don't need to showboat no more. It's over.
The game that ain't showboating.
That ain't showboat.
You at the point
That's
where
not
you're
showboating.
showboating. The game is over.
No, that's not showboat.
That's not showboating.
Foot on their
See,
neck.
y'all got that Madden mentality. I'm gonna put up 100 points on
No,
you.
Belichick.
And
in that opportunity moment right there, you doggone right. I'm gonna madden it. I'm gonna see if I can
but you
score
can't
2
say
points on the
mad.
doggone extra point
You
too.
can't say mad because Bill Belichick would have did the same thing. So you can't scream mad. Bill Belichick would have did the same thing.
Yeah, but
Kyle
that's a
Shanahan would've did-
speculation. That's an assumption. We are making an assumption. You're making an assumption as a fact. You're
What
making
do
an
you think
assumption as a fact.
Parcells did it plenty of games, bro? What are you talking about? Bill Belichick did that just about every game.
You don't know if Bill Belichick yelled at a player and said, "Oh, I'm a bitch because you didn't. The game was over, but you didn't score that touchdown."
The players
That's an
said Bill
assumption.
Belichick different, bro. The players said
Yeah, players say that, but players also had that in. I mean, but when Bill Belichick didn't get picked up by the Falcons, they was having a bunch of stuff on ESPN, the NFL Network, where they were saying Bill Belichick is last year NFL. He's out of the game. He's too old for the game now.
You know
and
what?
that's okay.
You keep saying last year NFL, but all them new teams you talking about barely winning. What are you talking about?
And
We
plus
in a
the
new
fact,
NFL, a lot of people are barely winning.
Hold up,
Most
Slim.
games are
Now,
won by less than a touchdown.
Just hold on, Slim.
Game.
Now, just hold on, Slim. Now, Bill Belichick. I hear the music playing. But I'm gonna get this out before we go. Bill Belichick was the most qualified unemployed coach ever to apply for a job. Last year, this year, whatever. Okay. When this man was coming here, he outclassed everybody in the Falcons organization. That shadow that man cast when he came to apply for this job, it was really a damn insult for us not to doggone hire him.
Nah, it wasn't.
The outcry from all of the people who were going to lose their jobs, just like you did say, Slim, that's why that man didn't get hired. But
also,
everybody recognizes this man's accomplishments. He got 5 on this hand and got 1 over here. Or does he have 2 over there? He got 1, he got 5 on his hand and 1 over here.
Yeah, but that's true. But also,
he walk in Flowery Branch not having to even say a word. All he got to do is, that's all he got to do. Mr. Belichick, how are you qualified for this head coaching job?
Yeah, but everybody wants.
What office you want? What office you want? How much money do you want?
Because the new offense, everybody wants of that Sean McVay tree. That Sean McVay tree is the hottest thing in the NFL right now. So the thing is, Bill Belichick is not part of the.
How is the Sean McVay tree? No, that's wrong too. Because see, that Shanahan tree, his daddy.
What everybody want.
The hottest tree in the NFL right now, believe it or not, is the Dan Quinn tree.
Yeah, that's a new tree though. That's a new tree.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Hey, tied in.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Dan Quinn's tree, including himself.
Yeah.
He has 6 NFL head coaches presently in the NFL. That's a fact.
Hey, as much as it pains me, that's true.
That's a fact.
That is true.
Yeah,
But
because
everybody
that is a
said,
fact.
but Tidy, you the only person that said a Dan Quinn tree. I don't know if anybody said a Dan Quinn tree. Everybody talking about Sean McVay right now. Everybody talking about Sean McVay.
They are talking about Dan Quinn's tree.
Dan Quinn's tree has
They are
6
talking about Dan Quinn's
NFL
tree.
head coaches, including himself. That is a fact.
No, it is.
Hey,
It is. I ain't never heard nobody say Dan Quinn tree. That's gonna probably take root in about 3-4 years. But because you got to plant a tree, he actually got to come out there and start busting heads. And now, but the Sean McVay tree right now is the hottest thing because everybody wants do what Sean McVay was doing. Everybody wants that younger head coach. Everybody want that younger head coach who can get with
about it. I do gotta agree with Toddy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the only reason Jeff, what's his name, got that job with the Jets is because they seen what Raheem was doing with the Falcons, and they remember that both of them were coaching together on the same team.
Yep, Jeff Ulbrich.
Well, I'm gonna say
that's
this.
part of that Dan Quinn tree. So Toddy actually sort of right about that. Think about it.
Yeah,
right,
but
Matt
Toddy started the word Dan Quinn tree. I haven't heard. That's just me. I haven't heard nobody say Dan Quinn tree.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna hear too many people saying it. Don't too many people say it. They either say Shanahan or they either say McVay.
Yeah.
And the thing about it,
top of the tree right now.
And the thing about it is that y'all know what the most prolific offense is in the NFL right now, right?
Detroit.
No. Excuse me. Maybe I should reword this. The most used offense in the NFL right now.
You talking about they running out of the pistol? They running out of the pistol now?
No, I'm talking about the offense. I'm talking about the offensive philosophy because it's the West Coast. More teams use the West Coast offense than any other offense in the NFL. Because you got the Earhart Perkins, you got the West Coast, you got the Air Coryell. It was another one.
Yeah, but it's a tweak to the West Coast offense, though. And guess who started that?
But
guess who started that tree?
Coast offense basics.
Yeah, but guess who started that tree?
Basics.
Shanahan.
And see,
everybody wants Shanahan.
Bill Walsh. That's Bill Walsh's tree. That's Bill
but nobody
Walsh's
really talk about Bill Walsh like that. That's why you too old school, Joe.
Oh, wait, no.
You too old
Everybody that's running the West Coast offense, you trace it back to the big tree, and that's Bill Walsh.
So I got a question for y'all then. Who treated they named this the two
it's
brothers?
Probably Mike Shanahan.
The Jim
the two
and
brothers.
John.
Who?
Jim and John.
He talking about Harbaugh.
In the Baltimore.
Harbaugh, Jim and John Harbaugh.
Let me see.
They came off of.
Is that the one? That's the same one Bill Belichick came off of, I think.
Bill Parcells.
Yeah. I think it is a Parcells, but once again, Parcells tree is old. That's dying off. That's old. That's it. That's not conducive to the new NFL.
Wait a minute. And you got Derrick Henry. Wait a minute. You got Derrick Henry.
But
come on, Slim.
The Ravens are not running a Parcells type of offense. What are you talking about? They're not running it. They're running a modern type of offense.
Now they running that. What's his name from Georgia? They running his offense.
They're trying to run Todd Monken.
Yeah.
But that's a modern type of offense. What they're doing, and then you got Derrick Henry and you got Michael Vick 2.0 back there. So it's hard to stop them.
Whoa,
they just got beat by the Browns, so it can't be too hard.
Hey, listen, any given Sunday, the Browns wanted it more. And not to mention
the Browns beat the Ravens?
Interception. Yep. Before they threw that touchdown pass to win that game. Before they threw that touchdown pass to win that game.
Man, I didn't know that.
What's his name? Jameis Winston almost threw an interception.
And Jameis Winston,
the music playing in the bar. I guess bartender ready to go.
Hey, Tidy, I've never heard of a Dan Quinn tree. I'm pretty sure Winnie the Pooh live in that motherfucker, man. I ain't trusting no Dan Quinn tree. Now, again, there have been some guys that came up underneath that Dan Quinn tree, but Just saying it just it just don't sound right. It just don't sound right.
That cover 3 came from.
It just don't sound right,
bro. I know it don't sound right, but Dan Quinn, Shanahan, Raheem Morris, Matt LaFleur, Mike McDaniel, Jeff Ulbrich, all head coaches.
Once they start saying it, tighty, guess what you can say? Hey, I coined that. So shoot, hey.
Well, I've heard of that, and they do attribute that to the people that were on this staff. Okay,
I heard,
and it's a shame. It's a crying shame that they didn't win a Super Bowl. It's a crying shame they didn't win a Super Bowl.
It is. And with that said, fellas, we'll go ahead and wrap this up tonight, man. Go get everybody to shout out your socials or anything that you got going on. Slim, Tay, or King, if y'all want to shout out your social media, man, or any projects or anything you're working on, go ahead.
Hey, man, all I'm just gonna say, man, I was supposed to be studying for a test tonight, man. Y'all done made me mess. Didn't mean to. But hey, man,
it's an open book test anyway, Slim. They don't give y'all no closed book test no more.
But hey, y'all, man, it was good having this conversation, man. I was only supposed to be on for an hour, man, and got carried away, man. I like this conversation. Yeah, man, good talking to y'all, man.
Likewise, bro. Likewise.
All right, Slim.
All right, y'all.
Taylor King, y'all got anything y'all want to shout out? Anything you're working on? Social media, anything?
Oh yeah, King Richie. Y'all can type my name in YouTube. I got a single out, pop out. I'm also starting up the Global Falcon podcast. It's really supposed to be Dirty Falcon. But I'm using the podcast to sort of correlate with my music and also correlate with y'all, as far as on the sports media end, because it's something new for me. But as you see, I love my Falcons. I ain't gonna let nobody talk bad about my Falcons but us. Anybody outside of us, we gotta see about them. And I love listening. I do want to let y'all know I love listening, even though I may not be on when y'all be live. I always go back and listen to everybody from Mark to the eye test, the tidy, to Uncle Steve, to everybody. And I do want to say I want to give Mark a lot of props, because when he left Facebook, I was one of them ones like, hold up, where the commentary at after the game? So I am happy that you got your page back up and running, because I did miss your commentary for a minute, because as you know, I've been following you since Facebook.
Yes, sir.
I just want to give all y'all a shout out, because I always go back and listen to it, even if I miss it. I be up this time of night just listening to it till I fall asleep. And because I believe I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done. Regardless of all the discrepancies that we have with each other, I love to see it, because like I said, we could still be with Desmond Ritter 2-10 right now, complaining, mad for real. The stuff we mad about is sort of nitpicky to a degree, because we just came from 3 losing seasons. So to be 5 in anything, when was the last time we were 5 in anything at this point in the season? Usually all these games we were supposed that we won, we would have lost. That's just the Falcon way. Let's just keep it real. As far as the past, but I love the new trajectory we on. No, I don't like everything, but I feel like they will get it together eventually, and that's all I want to say.
Well said, bro. Hey, youngest in charge, Tay, you still in the building, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm here, brother.
All right, man.
Just to piggyback off of what he said, I check in on some of y'all live streams. Even if I don't join in, I'll go back and look at an old one, just listen to what y'all talking about. As far as catching me somewhere, you might catch me on I-20 or I-75, 285 somewhere, but that's just about it. And just to speak on that Clark Phillips thing, one last thing I want to say. If it was Jessie Bates or Justin Simmons or AJ Terrell, they would have took that shit back, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to the youngest in charge, Tay. Are you old enough to vote this year, bro?
Yeah.
I'll just fuck with you. I'll just mess with you, bro. We know you ain't but like 20 years old. I'll just mess with you. All right, Red, you still in the building?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, bro. Let everybody know where they can find you, man. Plug your show and everything you got going on.
Yeah, that's the Red and Red Sports Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Also, guest star on the Eye Test Wednesdays at 10 in the Waffle House Fridays and Sundays.
Shout out to the Red Show. All right, OG John Harris. Let them know. Let everybody know where you at.
Well, I'm one half of the Eye Test Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock with my friend, buddy, and cohort, Mr. Winston Thornton. And for those of you who say that we nitpick, we just don't want to be down in the well no more. They done pulled us up out the well, and every time we look down, we see that water we just got out of, and we hope that the man that's on the rope can keep us going up. And we just don't want to go back down in the water no more. That's why we so nitpicky, because we don't want to be in mediocrity. And I'm just saying, you know, that's the way we are. That's the way we are as Falcon fans. But yes, the Eye Test Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock, the best late night fussing, cussing, and rumbling and bumbling that you'll ever see.
Shout out to the Eye Test every Wednesday at 10 p.m. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Marcus Washington, sir, please take us home.
Hey, man, you know, y'all can catch me on the Mark on YouTube, man. We chop up good game. We currently smoking on the Tampa Bay pack. We smoking on the Bucs pack, you know. And listen, Tidy, man, you done messed up my sleeping pattern, man. What I was going to do and what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, I've been falling asleep listening to Saints podcasters. And it's some of the best sleep I've ever gotten in my life, fam. I'm not going to front. Hearing them complain, I sleep like a baby, fam. I would recommend it to anybody. If you're having trouble sleep, just get on YouTube, find one of these Saints podcasters. I'm telling you, you're going to sleep like an absolute baby, fam. Them facts. But outside of that, man, hey, I appreciate being on here, man, chopping up good game as usual. Everybody that was on the panel, man, hey, I rock with y'all. You know, we all family here. We gonna complain. We gonna have this infighting, but like Buddy said, ain't nobody else gonna come over here talking reckless. So that's all I got, man.
Shout out to On the Mark on YouTube. Y'all make sure to check them out, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat checking us out, man. Y'all make sure to check out everybody that's on the panel. I want to give a special thank you to everybody that came on the panel tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. Everybody be safe, be careful. There's a lot going on in the world right now. God bless. We out. Peace out. Y'all be good.
Peace.